If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoy my main channel content, go to the link in the description to the Spidey cast.
Are they running with the battles?
Yeah, they are. They're running around.
Dude!
They're really...
What?
Of how we thought this event was going to be such a bust. This is going to be the highlight. You being excited. That'll be the highlight. Because honestly, I actually...
Oh, dude, we got Mega? Dude,
Yeah,
Megas are back!
Megas are back, man. Finally. It only took them...
Dude, it's almost like they're listening to us. Big time, finally.
This show. They're listening to the show. Certain Spider-Man games, they've been removed from Steam in the past. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Another highlight.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Gosh, bro.
Robin's hitting me. Hello, welcome to another game. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Gaming Dudes Podcast. I'm Bren.
I'm Spidey.
And today, I've been waiting for this all week.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully...
We didn't watch anything on it, so we have seen nothing.
I know nothing about this. He knows nothing about it. We're just giving it what it is. It's nice that it's not like...
Oh, it's only 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not an hour long. So.
Oh, my gosh. I was hoping we'd get way more info than that.
But honestly, I think that might be enough.
We'll find out.
Well, this could be terrible, which would be hilarious, like as usual. You never know. You never know with Nintendo. But
all right.
Here we go.
Some sweet cherry wine.
Cherry wine.
Cute.
I will say I don't remember Pikachu ever making that much.
No noise? Like no sound?
Why does Pikachu make so much?
Good music to start.
Oh.
I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company.
Thankfully, we have subtitles.
Today, February 27th,
Sunkazu.
Pokemon Day.
It's Pokemon Day.
This is the date the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were
No way.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Pokemon series.
If that's what you're thinking.
It's been 29 years since the birth of Pokemon. And we've reached this milestone through the support of all you trainers around the world.
All you trainers.
Thanks to all of you, it's now possible to enjoy Pokemon each day in a variety of ways. We hope to keep...
Isn't this exciting?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Forgot we're recording. I'm
Yeah,
really just
yeah.
reading what he's saying. I like the stuff in the back.
Yeah, you should do. You should copy that, John. Just green screen it.
Not a bad idea.
If you ever stream.
It's the Netflix series
Oh, this is actually
I've never heard
really
of this.
good.
And just before we do this, I want to double check, like with the last episode, it is recording, just to make sure. Like I said, I don't want to. That's the last time I'm going to do it, though.
This is actually a really good,
Stop motion is a good idea for Pokemon.
really good show. I really enjoyed this. It's like cute, and it's also like there's like adult, not like adult. It's not inappropriate, but just like themes of being an adult, which are cool.
So is it like battles or anything?
No, just her.
I see.
She works like a hotel, Pokemon hotel.
I will say these do move amazingly. You could do a battle show with this stuff, man.
True.
Pikachu looks great, dude. I will say that girl looks a little... The main girl looks good. She's like Pokemon-esque, but the other ones are a little less anime. Like she looks like a Pokemon main character.
Such a good show. Worth a watch.
But the other characters don't look as Pokemon-y, I'll say.
Yeah.
Not that that's bad, I'm just
They
saying.
kind of look like the ones from the Pokemon TCG. It's a handsome guy.
You got it. We should all hope to look like that.
will take place on March 1st and March 2nd. This event can be enjoyed at no cost from anywhere in the world where Pokemon
Yep,
Go.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
It's still
To the polls.
still going, man.
And White Kyurem will appear in raid battles and
Still going strong.
That's cool.
trainers will soon have a chance to encounter
Still going strong.
We'll also share
Yeah, dude. It's people love
People still love it?
Pokemon Go. Yes,
Still?
they do, yeah.
How?
I don't know, dude. I mean, it's cool for what it is. Like, it's just like
I guess
not my
it's like
thing, you know?
it's. I guess it's
if I
like.
went outside a lot more, like maybe.
What is this? Groudon and Kyogre. This has to be a Pokemon Go event.
Oh, it's X.
Oh. What is this? It's like the Masters. Oh, dude. Oh,
Yeah, Masters EX.
dang. I thought they were teasing something actually exciting.
I thought that was gonna be like dead by now, but
Same.
people like it.
Yeah, same. Well, same with Go, dude. I mean, it was a trend in 2016.
Oh, Pokemon! I knew something. I knew some sort of cafe
Gimmicky
remix thing
thing.
was gonna happen.
Some gimmicky stuff. What's this even about?
I don't know. It's cute, but it's like it's just a puzzle game. It's just like a. I think it's literally like a. I think it's like a puzzle game.
Looks like a Flash game. Why did they orchestrate such beautiful music for a cafe game?
I don't know.
Oh. I thought the second something cool happens, a pop-up happens. We got Darkrai and Old Chateau music.
Well, it's not. Oh, it's not Pokemon Sleep, is it? That person was asleep, and it
I
is
will say
nighttime.
that was kind of a crappy, annoying tease if they did that. Because they put the ominous Old Chateau
It's Pokemon
music.
Sleep.
Dang. I was like, why would you show Old Chateau music and then
Banish the nightmare.
banish the nightmare? Oh, Pokemon Go.
Sleep.
Oh gosh. Pokemon Unite.
is very fun. I don't
I
play it anymore.
I thought
but
this
it
thing
is
was
fun.
dead.
I thought it did, and then I think they just like re-released it.
We,
or they're
we might
re-releasing
as
it.
well call this episode "We Thought These Games Were Dead." The
No.
episode.
I didn't know these were dead. This one I knew that they were like making like a second one kind of thing or something.
No, I'm not saying they're all terrible. I'm just saying like I thought.
I didn't think you were saying you're terrible, but I'm saying I knew they're not dead.
Yeah, I just assumed.
This I think is they just like re-released something or something.
To ranked matches. Enjoy intense battles in the unforgettable
Something happened where like was something they like re-released it or something.
Yeah,
500. In it, a new feature
I'm
called
just surprised.
You
Cause,
played it, didn't you?
Yeah, because
It's
I've.
fun.
It is, but I've seen no one like. I've never seen. I guess I'm saying like I don't see big streamers playing it, or that's kind of usually the parameter I
I mean,
use.
there's so many games you like the big streamers don't play.
For
Even
quality.
Pokemon doesn't even have
That's true.
any big ones. Like they'll have it when it first comes out,
Yeah,
but once you beat it, people are usually big streamers are kind of like,
done.
"Oh man, did I play the living crap out of this?" There's just not enough
Not enough content.
depth for me to keep playing, like in the card game.
No, that makes sense.
I mean, I'm not saying the main Pokemon TCG doesn't, but it's like a pretty. I don't want people to insult me, but it's a pretty simple card game.
Yeah, I mean I've never played it.
Like I do think that's cool because you can make decks. Like you can make decks easy and like try cool stuff out, but like so I was making stuff was fun, but
A lot of people like TCG, like the actual TCG.
I do.
I've never even.
I get bored.
I don't know. Card games are boring to me.
I still have it on my phone, but
Like all card games.
I get
are
bored of
just
them
kinda,
fast. Yeah, I got to like one of the highest ranked stuff in Marvel Snap, and I just stopped playing that.
Don't blame you.
Not like top, but the highest like ranking area, like where you. I just get bored.
You get bored. You're like, oh
It's the same thing when
yeah, you played
Clash
Snap.
of-
You played Snap. Marvel Snap.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Marvel Snap.
you
Yeah,
played Snap.
that's that one I got really into, and then I get bored. Same thing with and new cards doesn't change it for me.
No,
I
I will say that looked.
this is more card stuff, obviously.
What is with the
I do love how much production value they put in.
their like trailers
Yeah,
and stuff?
like I do like that they like put a lot of effort.
This is
into it.
what's my problem with that is, and my biggest issue is, it's deceiving. Like, you know, back in the day when you had a lower end game, it looked lower end, and you showed the actual game.
Yeah.
For me, my problem is if you're showing like massive CG trailers, it's like you're hyping people up.
No, I know.
And for me,
It's
that I
like,
think
it's just cards?
It's just bait and switch, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like bait and switch marketing, and I think this is so far starting out with a bait and switch kind of.
Yeah, I mean maybe. Oh, I was also going to bring up Clash Mini. I was obsessed with.
Yeah, I remember
haven't
you streamed those. Yeah,
And I got like to top 1,000 or whatever on the server I was in, or like I think the highest I was like top 300 or 400 or something.
it's pretty crazy.
And I got bored of that, but I would always come back because it was a really fun game, and they changed it a bunch because they weren't fully launched yet. It was a soft launch, and then it just never made it to fruition to like the full. I guess Supercell didn't think it was good enough to put a
Why?
world launch. I don't know, a global release. I don't know. I thought it was one of the best games they've ever put out besides Clash of Clans. Like, I thought it was one of the best games they've ever put out. And
Yeah.
then- but one thing they did was all the gems, if you spent money on it, they gave it to you in gems and you could use it on a different game. So you got like everything I spent in a Clash Mini, I just went into Clash
That's
of
cool
Clans.
that they kind of have a linking.
I couldn't
system.
believe they
I
did
think
that.
that's smart.
But it sucks that game died, but whatever.
I mean, dude, Supercell. This is one thing I'll say. Like we said before, Supercell is the only people that are
Mobile game
surviving the mobile game
anything good.
market, and that's what makes
I
me
feel
sad.
Not to be insulting.
Not
but
to be
it's just true.
insulting. I mean, most mobile games that were good, like let's say not good, but let's say like Granny and stuff, they went to PC, and those kind of became the focus of
Yeah.
those devs.
100%.
Like that. The last remaining bastion for mobile gaming is that.
I know.
Is Supercell.
Oh, one thing that was funny about Clash Mini is there was another guy named Bren. 'Cause that was my name. And I think I made an account before he did because was Bren with a 3 instead of an E. Because I took the Bren name, and we would fight in ladder and use the same champion all the time. So every time I beat him, I'd like post on Twitter and be like, I'm the real Bren or whatever. And he actually admitted it was like a YouTube channel. Like he kept playing beyond me and like got really good, but
And then
he was like doing YouTube on it.
and then slowly.
The game died. I mean, the game didn't die. They just killed it. Like
Yeah, I've noticed
It
Supercell.
wasn't even in its misery. So many people were playing it. They just killed it.
Supercell does that a lot. I mean, we talked about the whole canceled projects thing back.
So
in the day.
many. There's that Moko game that's supposed to come out. That's like a really cool looking game. I don't know what's going on with that, or if that'll probably get killed. I mean, they don't put stuff out unless I respect it. But I mean, really, you gave us, no offense, but you gave us that like. I didn't remember what the game's called. I had to look real quick at it. It's
yeah,
like,
and then we'll unpause this.
it's like a
thing.
It's gonna be cards on this. Those are 2 clear cards.
Yeah.
I gotta see it. Squad Busters.
Mm.
It's freaking Squad Busters. You give us Squad Busters and not freaking. To me, Clash Mini was better than all those, but I think Clash Mini is better than Clash Royale, and that released.
Yeah.
So
that,
anyway.
well, that makes sense.
We can get back at it.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'll grind stuff hard and then I get
Yeah.
bored.
I mean, that makes.
Also,
sense.
it's easy to get in top ranks when it's like at the beginning because everyone's learning the meta together. So.
Yeah, and then when you get
So
back,
if you're just a little bit ahead, you can rank up fast. It gets harder later.
Yeah, that's sad. Like, what is with the card stuff, man? I get they're really banking
People
on the
love
TCG,
the cards,
but it's
dude.
like,
I think it's cool. Not so
Yeah.
cool that I would ever get back into collecting the.
just banking
Real
and
stuff.
banking on it.
Next,
Nice transition.
we share some news about the Pokemon video games.
Now we're talking.
Yes, please.
In the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games, we're celebrating Pokemon Day with a Rotom phone case giveaway.
I
That's
wish you'd
your.
let us change our outfits more in that.
Break event and other
You're hoping for X and Y customization.
It was so much better.
Yeah.
That's where like not just customization, like the aspect, the world that you're in X and Y is so. Or I mean, what X and Y is incredible. Scarlet and Violet is, or Sword and Shield is so good, but
The actual
just more empty.
game is. Yeah.
enjoy the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games.
So hopefully this one they like actually try really hard, whatever it is.
Next, please have a look at this video.
Come on, give us some hefty
Please,
news.
dude. Kids with Game Boys.
Links.
Yeah, this is nostalgic if you're nostalgic about this era, which
Sweating while you're playing.
that's probably how you guys were, dude.
I loved it. Stadium.
Dude, Stadium was great. Now, I love how the white kids are playing a Stadium.
Advanced.
Yep, Ruby and Sapphire. Oh no, dude, Battle
Lee.
Revolution. that was Stadium but bad. Diamond and Pearl and X and Y. Sword and Shield.
They put so much production value on it.
Yeah, well, what are we gonna see here?
Oh, it's on the phone? Oh.
Is this like a new game or? Wait, the leak did say it was a mobile game or a multiplayer style game.
It did.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not a hero shooter.
Is he sweating or
So they're battling. All we've seen is battle.
Yeah, dude, what the frick is happening? Yeah, he's really in there, man. VR Pokemon?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Hard to make, though.
Yeah, that'd be
Imagine
so
that,
crazy.
dude. Okay, can we... All I'm seeing
So it's
is...
just a battle. It must just be like a battle.
It must be
There's
like...
like a stadium, like sim, battle sim.
Yeah, champions.
Which is sick.
Yeah, that could be cool. And it's... it might be Switch first, like made on the Switch first, which that would be way better than it being made on the phone first.
Oh, yeah. I hope, yeah.
What you've just seen is the world's first glimpse of a new title.
Now, I will say,
champion.
I was hoping to see ZA,
This title will
but...
be focused on the Pokemon battles you know and love from core Pokemon games.
That's sick.
Pokemon Champions will continue
Champions.
the tradition of pitting your skills against those of other trainers from around the world. But this time, we're aiming for these core-style battles to be enjoyed by more players than ever before.
Okay, so it's going to be a...
Game Freak, the developer
Are they doing a Pokemon... What Pokemon Go should have been?
No, what they're doing is they're making it so you can be a competitive battler without having to train all your Pokemon in the game, which is
Just like...
genius.
Just like Smogon, yeah.
Like it's literally what's that called?
Whatever it's called. I forget.
Shogun is like the
the
thing
place that
holds the
hosts it.
tournaments.
Yeah. What was it? You could build your own team.
I
in
literally
it.
played it so much.
I forget what it was called.
Showdown, Pokemon Showdown.
Yeah.
So they're just doing a stadium version of Showdown, pretty much.
How did Pokemon Showdown survive?
I don't know how it still survived.
I think Nintendo just didn't care. I think the reason why is because it made the competitive. According to this lawyer guy I talked about way back in the day. Basically, the reason why is because it made the community flourish, like the competitive community, and it gets them more greenbacks. So and it's not affecting sales. It's actually increasing them.
100%.
So they're using.
That's smart.
So
Dude,
fans are. I think Nintendo's a little more aware of fan stuff than like actually looking at the
well,
stuff.
this is cool because I'm telling you, people, this is awesome because I love competitive battling, but I don't want to put the time in to train my teams anymore. I just don't care. I want to play through the game in Pokemon and have fun.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the adventure with the Pokemon I want.
So
And then this will be awesome because it'll be like a way to 3D battle. Like I can be like, oh, I feel because Pokemon battling like 2v2s is in even singles, like strategically is incredibly fun.
do you remember when it was just single battles? Like you only had one Pokemon for like in the games, like in Gen 1 and 2, you only had one. You couldn't use double.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying doubles was the like VGC, like the video game championships for Pokemon. That's the rules. It's 2v2s.
And that was awesome.
It's
Dude,
freaking
2v2s,
awesome.
even in like all the games, it's amazing.
I wish they did tournaments where you were with a teammate.
Dude, that's like you're
so you
asking
controlling
for,
both. But I mean, I guess you're just adding another. It's just like two brains instead of one. But,
you're asking for
but this is going to make it so many people are going to get to know how fun it is to competitive battle without putting a dime or without putting a cent of their time in, which is
not
awesome.
another dime.
Exactly. And honestly, when it comes to competitive Pokemon, it's fun. But the issue is, this is why probably why they're doing this, is the barrier of entry is massive.
How big would you say?
I mean, if you want a Pokemon to be competitively, if you want it to be perfect, they've made it
EVI
easier now. But
training,
when I
yeah.
did it, when I started doing it, insane.
You had to use game.
It's
Shark
easier
at
now
that
than it
point.
was, but it's still like you still got to breed and you still got to get the right. So you want the right.
EV and IV count.
You want the right Eevee and Ivy. That's just like the basic. Like you want the right. What's it called? Whatever their personality is.
Oh yeah, the frickin'
What's that word?
It's like nature.
Nature.
You're looking for nature.
You want the right nature.
Yeah, dude.
Then you want the right. If you're doing hidden power, you want the right hidden power. Each one has different stuff to get.
I forgot about the nature.
Then you want to breed to get special moves, so the Pokemon has moves they couldn't usually get, and that's after you get all the ones that you can breed right, and you get the EVIVs right, and then it still might not be one that you can use.
Because even casually
And this
playing,
hours. Like, I'm talking hours and hours for one.
oh yeah, dude, I've seen you guys try. It's insane.
That doesn't include if you really want to go insane and make it a shiny.
Oh my gosh, dude, the shiny crowd, the shiny hunts.
Yeah.
Oof.
So I did that, and it was awful. So then if you ever, like, if your team isn't good, like how you want it, and you're like, man, I really want to switch this guy out for this something else, then you got to grind again for. So even just to get a whole team of stuff that you want to have together takes forever.
Do you know why this is also genius?
Why?
Monetization. Think
I wonder
about
how
the
they monetize
insane, not just skins.
They could do skins.
They
which would
could
be sick.
possibly, I'm not saying they're going to go this route, but thinking about it, certain generations could be locked away.
They could. That would be
Gen
really
locking.
bad.
It's bad, but I'm
I
saying.
don't know how they would get money. I guess customizing your trainer, they would get money. 100%.
Like money perspective, like even
they
like,
can make it so you have to pay to get it.
or even get shinies. Pay to get shinies, have different
Yeah, I
skins for Pokemon
They haven't
and
really done
trainers.
stuff like that.
I
Because even
mean,
games where the only time I've ever paid for, I guess in, whatever the MOBA one is, I can't, Unite, they did, you paid for skins. And the Pokemon could have skins, your trainer could have skins.
Yeah.
And you could pay to get more Pokemon unreleased, but you could get it all free if you wanted. And there was a battle pass.
That's true.
So they'll probably have all that.
But I'm just curious. I'm just genuinely curious what they'll do
We'll see.
monetization wise.
But this is huge. That's cool.
Yep.
I would have rather seen about.
And Pokemon Champions will be coming not only to the Nintendo Switch family of systems, but to mobile devices.
Mobile devices.
That's huge.
You want to play based
It's gonna make the player base bigger.
Huge. It's going to make it huge.
You can
No
also
way.
connect with Pokemon Home.
That's big. So you can bring your Pokemon over if you want.
Oh,
You won't be limited to using
you can send Pokemon Go Pokemon.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Pretty cool.
And Scarlet and Violet.
joined you on your adventures in previous Pokemon games. We hope you're looking forward
Wow, pretty
It's cool
smart.
to keep that alive because that's fun.
Pretty smart.
I have a Gengar I've had since I was like 18.
for future announcements regarding the launch
Was it like in blue or?
No, I was 18. I was like, it was black and white.
Oh,
I've had a Gengar with me in every game since black and white.
Mr. Tomás Cortijo. Please take it away.
His name's Perp.
why do they play the most like offensive? Like if you think about
What is
it,
this for? Oh, that is a good point.
Like-
That's
like-
a really good point.
you think it's offensive to like the snowflakes and stuff.
Oh, languages. Okay, cool. That's cool.
Can I see more about Legends EA, please?
Leyendas?
Leyendas?
Pokemon.
Pokemon. I don't even know if they could say. I don't even know how they'd pronounce it.
Pokemon.
Because they're not saying Pokemon.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
know that they love Pokemon over there.
I'm surprised.
They are obsessed.
So they're bringing in more fan
I
bases.
feel like U.S. actually gets more money for Pokemon than Japan does. But I'm
Oh,
not sure.
oh, dude, hands down.
Because I know it wasn't like that for a while, which is why that Japan would get the release first all the time, and now we just get it at the same time.
I don't even think the anime is nearly as popular in Japan as even at the start. I don't think it was as popular as the competition. Yes, but can I see the game?
It's taking a lot longer than I wanted it to.
Yeah, same. It's like
I was hoping we'd get at least a touch announcement on the Pokemon Auto Chess. We ain't getting nothing on that.
okay, the ZA update finally. Okay,
Oh boy.
already liking the visual style. If that's like in game. The
Customization's back,
the
baby.
tricked out, yeah. Oh, dude, the fedoras. Reddit
Changing that
fedoras.
right away.
Yeah, same.
Milady?
This is definitely the X and Y place. This is definitely Lumio City or something like that. We were
Oh,
wrong,
it is.
dude. Guess what? It's in modern times.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, thank God.
It's in modern times. It's actually
this is where
Pokemon.
Oh, you're catching, so it's like the catching live still, which is sick.
That looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually gonna say this. I will buy this and play it.
Oh, did you see what he
He's
just did?
parkouring. What is this? Assassin's Creed?
What did he just do? Oh my! And the music is so good.
Very like Italy
Tepig,
inspired.
Interesting.
Why bring a
Freaking Totodile?
yeah?
Is that I'm getting that.
Same.
Also, are they running with the battles? Wait, go back. This is like how it was in Legends.
dude. Yeah, they're really.
They're running around while the battle's happening.
Yeah, this is cool, man. The visuals look great. Yeah, they are. They're running around.
Dude!
They're really.
What?
Of how we thought this event was going to be such a bust.
Okay.
This is going to be the highlight. You
Oh,
being
yeah, of
you
course.
being excited. That'll be the highlight. Because honestly, I actually.
Oh, dude, we got Mega? Dude,
Yeah,
Megas
dude,
are back!
Megas are back, man. Finally, it only took them
Dude, it's almost like they're listening to us. This, like, big time finally.
This show. They're listening to the show. What the heck is that thing?
A Zygarde or something, I think.
I don't know what the frick that is.
They're just in a different form.
We'll say this looks.
Pokemon Legends
Oh, they're getting into it now,
title in the Pokemon series.
dude.
The story takes place in Lumio City.
Lumio City
the largest
is
in the Kalos region.
is X and Y is one of my favorite games of all time in Pokemon.
Oh, agreed.
These days,
Well, not my favorite of all time, but I think the city looks cool. I think it kind of reminds me of Rustboro, like
What's
bigger
Rustboro?
Rustboro from Ruby and Sapphire. That was one of my favorite towns. You know, it had
We're-
the lights in it and all the stuff.
Oh yeah, Respero's awesome.
It's very small, obviously, compared to this, but I think the aesthetic style is very similar.
yeah.
Even in the original X and Y,
Lumios is
it's
undergoing a
Oh, yeah.
similar.
high-tech
For
urban
sure.
redevelopment plan to turn it
Musically.
into a city that people and
Yeah.
Pokemon truly share.
Dude, this looks.
After you arrive in Lumio City to see
Lot
the sights,
better.
you'll meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your
Oh yeah,
first
dude,
partner.
Chikorita,
I love
Totodile.
Chikorita, but I'm going Toads.
Tepig.
I hate
And
Tepig.
Totodile.
Yeah, same. I'd go Totodile. I
You'll
wouldn't go
choose one of these
Tepig.
Pokemon to accompany you on
I
your
like
new
Chikorita,
journey
I just think
as
he's
you get
bad.
to
Well, he
Lumio
sucks,
City
yeah.
and
Dude,
its
he's terrible.
inhabitants.
Inferaligator's so cool.
It's
Here are
terrible.
some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When you arrive in Lumios, you'll meet a new friend and ally,
Ooh, hello.
either
Oh,
Urbane or Tawny.
Oh, for each.
yeah.
Dude,
The
I
hotel
like
where
that.
you'll be
Switching it
staying
up.
is run by AZ. You'll also meet his partner, Floette. Lumios'
Floette?
redevelopment
Floette.
is being managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll become acquainted with the company's
Okay,
CEO,
yeah, this-
Jet, and her secretary, Vinny.
This
The
guy is
different
weird
people you
looking.
meet will make your time in
Looks like a
Lumios
crack
all the
addict.
richer.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I love how it's always if you're a
And
guy, they
Pokemon
make it a girl.
coexist.
If you're.
The city has
I'm glad.
several wild
For the romantic
These
interest,
areas,
yeah.
too.
Located throughout Lumios, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive. To catch one of these wild Pokemon, aim
Dude.
carefully. Then throw a Pokeball.
So the classic.
So are you like in the city the
If you're
whole
having a
time?
hard time catching one,
If so, if they make the city that big, dude,
I'm.
target
That's
making it
sick.
easier to catch.
like huge, I'm sure there will probably be some kind of wild area. Guaranteed. There's
This
no way
game
it's just
offers
going to
a
be the
style
city.
of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles.
It's cool. It's like a city. You're a city kid. Oh, here it is.
Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper
This is
hand.
something we've always wanted. I feel like.
A city you can actually walk around and get on top of buildings, like a world.
That,
that's
but
detailed.
also the battles.
Oh, agreed. An actual.
Now it's like you are strategically like. It's more than just you being like, oh,
pick
predicting.
attack. Yeah, it's actually. You're actually learning.
Pokemon
You're
battle
learning patterns of enemy moves. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like an actual boss fight.
Yeah.
and dodge
where- and I
incoming
enjoy
attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to.
Live
and find the
battling
right
was
moment
a
to
was a
unleash
great
move.
idea. To be honest.
Oh my gosh!
What's
You can
more?
fast swap to release a move, which means like you can also insta swap to
Another Pokemon.
like a water Pokemon if he's using a fire Pokemon.
Man.
I'm sure there's a
Pokemon can go
cooldown time.
beyond evolution
Yeah.
by undergoing Mega Evolution.
Mega Evolution coming back, dude.
When a trainer's keystone resonates with the Mega Stone held by their Pokemon,
Yeah, this looks.
I am
Pokemon
going
will
to
do more than
play
just
This
the
looks
balls
so
out
good.
of this thing.
This looks so
it'll
good.
unlock a new level of power, turning the tide
Bro.
of battle in its favor.
I'm shocked. Looks like there's gonna be a lot of replayability
As
too.
Lumiose continues its
Not just, like,
transformation
with the
into a
starter
city that
choices
belongs
and,
to both people and Pokemon,
The city
who
building
knows what kinds of
aspect.
encounters and experiences will await you.
Yeah, this looks cool. Like I
Pokemon
said,
Legends ZA,
Late 2025.
coming late 2025.
It's coming this year.
That is awesome.
My gosh, dude.
I am.
Rotom.
Promotion match.
Having like a tournament of some kind.
What was
Pokemon Legends ZA is scheduled to release.
What was
in
that?
late 2025.
that? Clearly meant something.
I don't know.
We hope everybody can wait just a little longer for their adventures in Lumiose.
As long as it's good, I'll wait
Yes,
as long
I'll
as
wait
you need.
as long as you
Our
need.
announcements for
Same.
today. Thank you very much for watching.
That guy's a lot more presentable than the first guy we saw.
What the freaking heck?
What? He makes so much noise, dude. Like what?
Surprised I didn't have it say Pikachu once. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
dude, you
it's-
can't get a dude, you can't pay her for the 100th time.
What?
Yeah, we're like I said, this is what I want to say about that. First off, it looks like Game Freak ate a slice of humble pie. Finally.
Dude,
They finally ate that slice.
they listen to things. They're making it so other people can battle on their phones or Switch in a Pokemon Stadium-esque style, like online.
Oh yeah.
So now people can competitive battle.
Oh, I know, dude. They're really turning up.
They're doing
the,
that, and
Turning up the initiative.
everything in ZNA looked. There's not one thing that looked bad to me.
No,
Not
I don't
one.
think anything. Visuals didn't look bad. If I see complaints on the reaction side of things from other people,
Yeah.
what could you complain about? It's a spin-off, dude. I've wanted a spin-off that's like nuts for years, man. I've wanted something that's not
This is
just the
everything
main
they've
games.
gone from everything else.
And I'm hoping, dude, I am so pumped to play something that has a detailed environment that you're exploring. And you saw those guys on that lake, right? You saw the Gyarados going out to sea.
Yeah.
That guaranteed means that there's
Because
way
Legends didn't have it
more.
online.
No,
which
it
I'm
didn't.
actually completely okay
Oh,
with.
same, dude.
Which is probably why they're
Oh.
okay with this Legends making the battle system like so different.
I think that's part of the reason why the environment's too big.
And
like,
it's probably
so
another reason
big,
why they're
too.
trying to release another like more like, hey, we're gonna make unique games. Here's a general competitive battle
Yes.
game. So now you all can be competitive battlers.
Now all this stuff is making me speculate something right now. Are we?
Because they
Gonna
can just keep adding new Pokemon to that Pokemon,
Are we gonna see
whatever champion.
more spin-offs? Like, are we gonna see
kinda what it's
more?
looking like.
For me, this is what I've wanted since I think Black and White. I was like, do we have more spin? Can we have some more spin-offs?
I mean, I don't think they're gonna. I'm sure they're gonna keep doing.
I'm not
main
saying
lines.
don't do main lines, but give me spin-offs in between, man.
But good, because now we can have more time for you to make a actual proper
Yes.
main line.
Yes, make a proper main line and take the elements that you thought were good in the spin-offs, megas, and put them back in the main game.
This game,
Bro,
it doesn't matter because I don't play online anyway, so it doesn't matter to
I'm
me.
floored,
That looked.
man.
I would take that any day
Oh,
and not have
same.
it battling online,
Same.
and because you can just play Pokemon Champion now, which is
Yeah.
another like.
if
Cool,
you
if I ever want to battle, I don't have to do anything. I just get online
Yeah.
and pick my team and I play.
it makes me wonder, actually, this is what I'm starting to wonder. So I was watching them, I was like, okay, they're doing this Pokemon Champion thing. Guaranteed it's going to be playable on Switch too, for sure.
Yeah.
And
So
for the foreseeable
they said
future,
both the Switches
for the
and
foreseeable
phones.
future, they're not going to kill this game. You know what I think this
I think-
might? There's two scenarios. First scenario.
If it does well, they won't kill it.
First
no way.
scenario is not even does bad. First scenario is they keep making mainline games. Second, I actually think they may stick with spin-offs and just use Pokemon Champion for the multiplayer aspect
Oh, you
permanently.
I don't doubt it, but that would be awesome.
I'm saying like in some ways that
I would prefer that at this point.
it takes
personally.
the pressure off of the single player team to have to incorporate multiplayer, which dude, let me tell you as a man who's
Well,
looked
then
into
they also can take any liberty they want.
yes.
But if they could even make mainline games and just have them be more like this,
yes.
and if not worry about the online aspect.
Don't worry about the online
I would
aspect.
prefer that.
Don't worry about the online aspect of
Just
the game.
make it the sickest game,
Can you add a
and make it so
Nuzlocke?
you can play with your friends,
Yes.
like
in their
locally.
worlds, yes.
or like online, but not like. But it's different.
That freaking what was that?
This looks like you won't even be able to play locally together, which is fine.
Let's Go Eevee did a co-op mechanic that was really bad, but
Yeah.
But I think they could do that well. And here's what I'm hoping.
I mean, Legends 1 wasn't co-op, I don't think.
No, sadly.
Yeah. Which is fine. I beat
Yeah.
that game in like a night, like a day.
Hearing
like
the
2
music
days.
was hilarious, though.
I didn't sleep.
I'll
So
even-
fun.
I'll even put it in post. They kept repeating this song over and over again.
Oh yeah.
Da-na-na,
I don't remember it.
dude. Yeah, you'll remember it when you hear it
You're probably right.
on the video. I'll throw that.
But
as a
I didn't even
highlight.
like the old timey aspect of it, and I still
No.
loved, and it was still so good.
You know why I think Arceus was a we're not confident kind of thing. Like they're not very confident that a more traditional-esque spin-off could work. You know, more like, they're like, we have to. You know what I think they were doing? They were looking at Breath of the Wild, and they were like, let's shove Pokemon in there.
I mean, going in the past is cool. It's just like for Pokemon, I just don't care.
Yeah,
But that is like a cool aspect that they haven't done. So,
Also,
like, it's
the only
cool,
time
but-
I liked going in the past in Pokemon was the Lucario movie, where you saw knights and people fighting with their Pokemon. Like, you know, they were like in armor,
That was
charging
sick,
against.
yeah.
Like, you saw a whole war. If I could,
Are you talking about the movie?
yeah, the
was
movie.
an
If
awesome
you had a
movie.
war, like a warlike game where you just had like armies of Pokemon,
That was a
and you
great
just
game,
conquer
dude.
the entire like kingdom with frickin' Weedles or some stupid thing, that'd be hilarious.
I would prefer they go that path that you want them to go.
Yeah, same.
Preferably.
Same. I think realistically, it's the only logical one.
I was
Especially,
kind of hoping they'd at least announce a little, like at least
Same.
show a clip of Pokemon Auto Chess.
well, I mean, dude,
But
it's,
that's clearly like got to be in the earliest of early
oh yeah,
stages.
dude. Here's the thing about an auto chess game. I'll say, you'd think you could show a little bit of footage, like a little
nothing?
bit,
You don't even have to
because
say anything about it because we'll know what it is.
because auto chess.
instead of the stupid remix
Yeah,
cafe.
dude. No one cares
thing.
about the cafe thing. I don't even.
Apparently, people do.
Well, yeah, I think.
I
no
didn't
one
think
cares.
people were going to care about Pokemon Sleep, and they
Same.
love that.
I don't. This is what I don't understand.
Pokemon Sleep seems like the dumbest thing to me
Agreed.
in the world. But people
Agreed.
love it.
I don't understand Pokemon fans in that area.
They're just like a different breed, I feel like.
This is the thing. They will buy anything Pokemon.
Yeah, that's what I
like,
think.
Like, you know,
I think that's true.
it's like when you look at something like Marvel fans.
Don't get me wrong, I think it's cool Pokemon's making stuff for health. Like, hey, it encourages you to get like good sleep and be healthy. Same with Pokemon Go's like, it encourages you to go outside
Yeah.
and like, walk around.
It's like that's fine.
I think that's cool that you want to do that.
And it also
I'm not gonna buy it.
No, same dude. I'm not gonna even play Pokemon Go. For me, I played a little bit. Like the story of us playing it was hilarious. The first day of us getting that
I was so mad. Matt and I went out super late the first night it ever came out, and nobody, and my phone was too crappy to run the game.
same here. I was there
So
too.
I had to get it. Were you?
Yeah, I came with you guys. I came with you, Faith, and Matt.
Oh, it was just me and Matt. You're
Yeah.
talking about a different.
Oh no, I'm talking about the other day.
Talking about the Pokemon Go one.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
the cop.
Yeah, when
That
we
was a different
walked
time.
out. When we, I thought that was
Me
the
and
first
Matt went
time.
like release day out
Ooh.
to play, and I literally I had to get an APK because my phone couldn't download it because it wasn't good enough. And then my GPS on my phone was so bad that it was warping me out of gyms when we'd battle, and I basically didn't get to play.
I didn't
think
get-
I got to go into one gym.
Same dude.
Matt's phone was working perfect, but
I was able to actually download it, but unfortunately, the second I started playing it, it was terrible.
and I had never seen so many people outside. By the way, like when we went that night, we were walking around VU because there were so many gyms there. So many groups. We were fighting all night and swapping gyms because like people just kept swapping it back instantaneously. They still swap back really fast even these days. Because when I get back into it, I'll walk around downtown and like get a few gyms, and they're gone in like
It's still
no time.
the fact
So
that
people
it's
still play.
It's still hitting it. I mean, dude, it's and in some ways it's still a phenomenon. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, people were always like, the thing is when something's so huge, like a phenomenon, like you said, like Fortnite or Pokemon Go,
Yeah.
the original, obviously it doesn't hold its original,
Yeah, the status.
because we were all
of-
living our childhood dreams,
Yeah.
we were thinking for a little
No.
bit. I think it could have been cooler, but
Oh,
but
agreed.
still, like that's so everyone's like, oh, we're getting our inner child out of us right now. Like this is awesome. And then once you get bored, then you get your actual core player base. Obviously, it wasn't going to be like
Yeah.
a billion
No.
people.
This is what I never understood though.
So they were like, oh, Pokemon's numbers are down. It's like, yeah, because it's not a billion players.
So
Players?
if I was doing a game like that, first off, it seems like it'd be really hard to program the freaking
I can't
Pokemon
imagine.
Go. First off, you have to do GPS locations on a real world map, real
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
all in real time. So if I were gonna do it,
Niantic already did it with a different game,
if I were to
which
do,
is why they were the ones who got to do Pokemon Go.
if I were to do this mechanic, first off, I would have made it so you had to look around through your phone's lens to find the Pokemon.
I would have loved that personally.
Like-
I would have preferred that.
like-
more AR, more
Yeah.
AR.
I think augmented reality should have been, and I understand maybe the tech wasn't there, but
Definitely not at the time.
Not
I
at
think
the
you probably could
time.
now.
But now it's like, dude, you could easily make a game that has that, even VR Pokemon, like any of that stuff. You could easily make something that has that level of immersion. I mean, actually reaching down, grabbing the ball, throwing
Yeah,
it.
make it so you have to like. I thought it would be cool if there's the Pokemon Center. Like there's Pokemon centers and you like AR walk into them.
Yes.
Like that would be
The amount of business that would get certain
people would be playing that.
certain
like,
businesses would get actual like a boost from people having
you could make it
centers in their
businesses too. I
thing.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, like actual businesses in real life could have people walking in and going,
people do that now. I think people they have gyms at their business, like in their businesses now, get business from it. Like
why
people
don't
go? They take the gym. They
why the frick don't why Nintendo? You were so close. You were
anyway,
so close.
Yeah, it's still cool, but it's
still
just
cool.
like it's not cool enough. And I think
No.
the battling's really fun.
No.
Like I think the battling's really fun in it. I know that you and Matt think differently.
It's actually not bad.
But-
If I actually poured time
but
into
they
it.
limit how many battles you can do a day, which I think sucks.
Yeah, that's lame.
Unless you're like battling friends, like with friend codes or like friends on your friends list. And I'm not into I don't care about the going out and catching Pokemon thing at all. It's not cool enough for me to care.
Yeah, no.
Like capturing the gyms is cool, but there's not really a reason to capture them that much besides getting
No.
points.
No.
And I think the raids are fun, but I can do the raids from my home. So it's like I don't like the aspect of having to go out and walk around and do that.
Same. I mean,
I know other people think it's cool. It's just not. My
it could have been cool if it was actually AR, but it's not. It's not augmented reality. It's
Yeah.
just.
I mean, if I was into that aspect of it, though, like if I could get into the gyms and the
Oh, you're talking about gym
and doing
stuff,
raids
yeah.
and stuff, I would be playing it all the time. But
Here-
I just don't care.
Here's another thing about it. I'm okay with. Well, here's one thing I'll say. I'll give credit for Pokemon Go. It tried to be different. Pokemon, for so long, and I love things. Look, I love formulas, dude. You know I love formulas. I complain about the Zelda formula on a regular basis on how bad it is to me now.
What Zelda?
You know, like with Breath of the Wild, how they took the
Oh.
formula and kicked it out of the door.
Oh, well, you hated it in the first place.
Yeah, they kicked it out the door. So,
Yeah.
you know, I understand for spin-offs, I'm okay with games being different. That's the thing. That's what
Yeah.
spin-offs are for. And I think Pokemon Go was different. It was something the franchise needed, not just from like a budgetary thing. It needed something to shake
it's
it
like
up.
the highest. It's still like with the highest grossing, pretty much one of the highest, if not the highest grossing mobile game of all time.
Which is sad
Maybe of all
because
time.
I feel like Supercell, Supercell deserves some more credit, man. They really.
Supercell is really high too. I don't know. I haven't looked, but I just know that Pokemon people because you can get the raid passes, and then there's cosmetics in Clash of Clans, but Pokemon's different. You can constantly be buying stuff to change your
You can
trainer.
grind.
You can
So long.
Yeah, so it's even talking about it right now, I'm like, oh, this seems I'll check it out. Every once in a while I'll pop it in. When you talk about it right now, I'm like, that sounds kind of fun. But then it's when I go for a walk and play it, I'm like, I'd rather just be going for a walk.
Yeah, same. I'd rather see the actual sights of the.
And then
the place.
here it's well, I can battle, but it's like the battling's fun, but you can only do so many, and I'm still kind of eh. And then you still have to go out and get Pokemon that are good, and then power. So there's still a grind to it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just I don't really want to grind a Pokemon.
You don't want the
all that
grind
much.
set, dude?
If I have friends who played it and were like, dude, let's go play Go or whatever tonight, maybe, but I'm not going to go meet strangers. And play
No.
it. But even then I might not.
Yeah, it's the like I said, I feel like the trailer was misleading at the time. With how they were
Well, yeah, with the commercials made it seem
How
like you're
they were,
in the Pokemon world.
portraying.
It's obviously I knew it wasn't going to be like that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be.
Definitely thought it was going to be different.
I thought it was still going to be augmented reality in some.
I thought it was
way.
going to be way more than it is.
Dude, the 3DS did augmented reality. That's
it
the
was
sad
cool, too.
part. It did it with the cards. Those cards were actually cool.
Dude, if our Meta Quests can do I was doing augmented reality that was blowing my mind.
Yeah, I know.
With those
dude.
headsets, and it still does.
It's crazy, man.
Than a phone could easily.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Do I think the Quest 3s are obviously super insane spec wise comparatively? Yeah. I mean, dude,
Than to the new phones.
when it comes to Arkham Shadow, man, seeing the stuff that
kinda
they were
crazy
able
what they
to
could do.
an Arkham game,
But just put what you put in there into a phone.
there would be some downscaling, I feel, in some ways. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care how it looks. Just let me play
Phones
it.
are pretty gnarly now.
Yeah, I don't give a crap about if the models are
But yeah, I mean, I see what you mean.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the only AR aspect is catching Pokemon
Yeah.
in AR, and it's really bad AR. It's wherever you move,
Yeah, it was awful,
it's stuck.
dude.
It's just all you can. The only thing it does is takes the background away to the background being outside of your camera, and that's it. And then if you move your phone, it's just stuck on the screen
It was kind of annoying.
wherever you put it.
It was kind of annoying that they did that. I was disappointed.
And they just add new sets of Pokemon.
I was like,
slowly.
dude, so I get to see this Pokemon stand deathly still, it just on my phone screen.
Yeah.
What's the
I know.
what's the point, man?
I
I
know,
want to
I
have
agree.
times where randomly I'm in my car.
I want to be like, oh shoot, I lost it.
let's say I'm a passenger in a car, and then randomly I get a wild encounter in the while I'm driving. not driving. I mean, while I'm a passenger.
Yeah,
while I'm a
yeah,
passenger.
yeah.
No, not while I'm driving. No.
Yeah.
You're already ruining people Pokemon Go with the driving thing already. So
Yeah. Because they make it if you're going too. Or now they let you do it if you can say you're a passenger. But even then, if you're at a certain speed, you don't see Pokemon pop up.
that makes sense.
Either way, it's just not something
imagine you walk around a couple times and then just randomly a Pokemon just pops out.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It could have been a lot cooler. The AR aspect.
Just
If
leaps
you're gonna
out.
have it, at least make it good, semi good.
Yeah, it's dude, we're in 2025 now.
You can make raids so fun.
That thing's
where you're see this giant freaking Pokemon
Oh,
on your screen.
dude. That'd be the coolest thing ever.
They could have made those so fun. And they
Oh,
don't get
yeah.
me wrong, they are fun. The
Heck
raids
yeah,
are probably
dude.
one of the most fun parts besides battling is getting into a raid. You and your buddy get into a raid and fight a boss Pokemon. That's some of the funnest stuff, but
The only time I found the Pokemon catching to be fun was when it was actually something rare. If I'm not
Yeah, 'cause
going
then it
around
was hard.
catching,
Then it
catching
was
a bunch of the same
then
Pokemon.
you're you could have wasted. You're trying, and then every Pokeball you miss is huge because you're I only have 10 tries. Oh boy.
My only issue with it was the fact that, dude, you have to grind down for stupid candy by catching the same
I hate
Pokemon
that.
over and over
I hate
again.
because then you don't really
No.
feel like you're training. You're just
You're just catching.
sacrificing.
You're sacrificing and grinding these poor things. Oh, the
Up into
professor
dust and
converts him into candy. It's converts him. What does he do? There's no way he trains.
Fine powder.
There's no way he trades them. That'd be an interesting. Give me a Pokemon horror game about people grinding Pokemon. They'd never. Do that.
Palmon.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's
They
true.
grind those guys
Oh
up.
yeah, the old yeah, dude.
Carve those.
Speaking
boys
of that, no update on the
Yeah, I don't know.
situation. Honestly, there's nothing. It may be a 5-year trial, or 5 or 4-year trial.
up. Yeah.
No,
So we heard about Pokemon Go,
yeah,
which is just like, hey, here's a new set. Here's new
Yeah.
legendaries. Which I'm sure that if you're like how I am at Clash, where I'm
Yeah.
basically max base almost, like when new stuff gets released, since I'm at the end game already, pretty much, I'm like, oh, dude,
yeah, dude,
like this is
new
awesome
stuff.
for me. When Pokemon Go, if you have everything, people have maxed
Yeah.
accounts.
Oh, dude,
They're
probably,
like stoked if they get a few more levels for their trainer, or if they new
they
set of
get more
Pokemon
stuff.
comes out, they're like, we get to play and grind again.
yeah, they're committed.
So we're not just battling; we're back to like the adventure like aspect of it.
yeah,
Like,
they're back to the fun part.
so for them, if you're into the collecting aspect, I'm sure it's sick because then you could be like, dude, let's like go on a trip. Like people probably go on road trips and like check out different Pokemon on road trips. Like, I'm serious. The people who, if you like the collecting, it could be incredibly fun because it gets you out of your like house.
That's true.
Like it gets you exploring new areas. Like that part is cool, but I'm just not into that part. That's my
No.
least favorite part by a long shot.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, dude, if I'm gaming or
And
playing
it's just like-
something,
Over and over and over again,
Just
you're
tapping.
just flick of the wrist.
yep. And honestly, the catching system
At
sucks.
least
in
raids made it feel like you worked for.
Bro, I hated the catching system when you were just catching regular Pokemon. It's the worst. It's literally like
Yeah.
it could have been way better, man. Me throwing a ball repeatedly. I have like 10 Pokeballs. I throw it at him. I can't even catch this stupid thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, are you kidding me?
And some people are just into it, man. Just not my thing.
Oh, you got to use a berry. Okay.
Like how we saw the Darkrai thing, though, that looked sick.
And then they played old
And
Chateau
and
music.
then I was like, oh, Pokemon Sleep. You're like, I hope not. Because
Like, please
I saw
no,
that girl
dude.
sleeping. I'm like, Pokemon Sleep right away.
Yep. Because well, the thing is, Darkrai affects nightmares, and that's,
Keep talking. I'm listening.
That's what bugs me about it is you choose such iconic music from such a insane location that people love so much and talk about to this day, like the old Chateau. And you're not going to make a game about it. You could make a game about just that freaking house, dude, and that forest. You could make a horror game in the old Chateau. You know, you're like investigating the death of this person or whatever, this little girl and this butler, like the actual, rumors and stuff. You would make bank off of a Pokemon horror game. Dude, you could easily make the story super interesting. Like, because Pokemon as a story-based thing sounds cool. I mean, those things kill. I mean, Pokemon are scary, man. Let's lean into that a little bit. They kill people.
That would be genius. If
And then
they did an old
multiple
Chateau
endings.
game.
Multiple
Makes
endings.
me think about Luigi's Mansion. We already know Nintendo's good at making
like spooky.
games like that.
Oh yeah, especially Luigi's Mansion 1. They're really
So
good
it's
at it.
like that. Oh, dude, that's actually a really good idea.
I mean, think about that. You'd have multiple endings. You have to find these certain clues to get to this
that might be one
ending.
of the best. That's a genius game idea.
And then guess what? Pokemon's linked in it.
Not
so,
the best I've ever had. I'm saying the best that I've heard for a franchise in a while. Like, I would buy that.
like you're trying to
100%.
figure out what is the mystery to this. You can
You don't
solve.
even have to have me. Like, it'd be cool if I had Pokemon with me.
Oh,
With me,
agreed.
but even if I wasn't,
Yeah, just
I would
a
still
normal
play
guy in the
just having
Pokemon
Pokemon
world.
being around.
Agreed, dude.
See, that's a game that you could make kind of like Mystery Dungeon, where I'm saying like you don't own Pokemon, like that one you
Yes.
are the Pokemon, but
This one, you're
even if you were a Pokemon, I would play that. Like you could make a game where
Same.
you are a Pokemon,
same. It would still work.
and I would play that. I would 100% play that.
But man, I will say, imagine being like an investigator. You're suited up, ready to go. You're walking
would
over
prefer
to
that,
the. You're driving up. You drive up to that mansion. You see the exact same layout, and you walk in there.
But you actually solve it, and then they put a definitive answer on what's
On
going
what,
on.
and you have multiple endings. Think about that. So if you do certain things, the endings change. Not like to the point where it's insane, but just like a small self-contained thing. Where and you know what? Maybe to fight Pokemon, they could steal Luigi's Mansion's gimmick with the light and stuff. You could suck up ghost Pokemon or like
Yeah, or something.
something like
Someone
that.
Slivko or something.
Yeah, put the scope on to see him, and then you suck them up. Like, imagine that.
Or if you're even catching them.
Catching ghost Pokemon.
Yeah, there's so many things.
Think about it, dude. You're catching. You have to, instead of fighting them, you have to catch them.
Dude, I would play that.
Weaken them and then
I
catch
would
them. The
play
human has to weaken the Pokemon
balls out of that.
with something. They
With
could make
Legends, they made you part of the boss battles.
dude, just take
So
that.
like they could just do something like that. So they already know how to do it.
Dude, imagine
I
that.
would play that.
You find
I would
the
buy that
mystery.
immediately.
You find out the mystery of all that stuff. You find out all those like clues that they put the antidote in the trash can. It finally means something. Like
Dude,
the scraps of journals that you find there. The little girl, the
they could
butler
make
flying
Make a whole
around.
game out of it.
Dude, it would be amazing. That would be just. How about you take every location, frickin' Lavender Town? You could do one on that. You could have a whole series on all the creepy places. Abandoned ship
Your
in Ruby and
private eye guy or
Sapphire.
something.
Yeah, you have to find
Investigator.
out. You have to stop ghost Pokemon from killing people, like actual death, real murder, culprits using ghost Pokemon to assassinate people.
Yeah, I would play
Like,
that.
think about that. You got like Gengar killing people.
But they're not. They wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't do. I mean, dude, the manga. I mean,
That's
if they
true.
can do what the manga did, and not just the manga.
Are you ready more of that?
I need to get back on it. I have been so
I know you've been working on your other projects.
scatterbrained with everything.
You got a lot going on.
Like I said, that's I am gonna read it, but I'm not gonna use it for like a weekly. I thought of doing a weekly review series, but that slowed me down on reading it. I think what I want to do instead is just read the book and then point out notable chapters that I
So
read
good.
instead. I think that's more natural than me going week to week.
I know that is
Looking
one
at
thing
a-
when you're like, I thought when I would try to make content on games, it was the same thing where I'm like, I just want to play. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I gotta wait, and then I gotta record while I'm playing. So then to play becomes like a chore instead of like me relaxing, having fun.
It's funny. For me, that's how books are and like movies, but when I'm playing games, I'm like, oh, dude, I'd love to make content on this thing, bro. I'd love to review this. But that's because I know so...
Reviewing is the funnest content
Yeah.
I made for like playing a game and then just like talking about it.
Yeah, talking about...
That was
like,
easy because then I'm just like playing it, and I can just record some footage if I want of like aspects that I'm going to talk about, and then
I've talked about themes of like, you know, the COD games that I played, like the themes and the stories
because
and
when I
the
reviewed
gameplay.
stuff on TikTok, like mobile games, that was fun because I would just be like, oh, try it, and a lot of them are crap, so it's kind of funny and like fun.
I know, dude.
It's like it's like funny and fun to kind of like review them because they're like silly and
Oh,
nobody
agreed.
really
No.
does it that much.
No one does.
So that was fun. But
Most time people don't play terrible stuff. They always go for the amazing games. And I'm like, dude, sometimes the bad games are actually good. Not even just phones. Like
true.
the games that are considered bad, that people say are bad, especially movie games,
Mobile
dude.
games are it's trash bins.
Movie games might be my favorite genre of games I've ever played. Some of my
Yeah.
favorite games ever made were based off
Mega
of a
Drive.
movie. Spider-Man. But I'm just saying, Pokemon
Yeah, back
needs
to the-
to expand to...
Well, that dude,
And
I'm
it-
not kidding. That game looked better than one we've seen in so
Oh,
long.
agreed,
And
dude.
same with Pokemon Champions.
Agreed.
Like both aspects were like, wow.
So
guys
if you
really,
want to jump... It being separate's better in some
like
ways.
like I'm gonna play Pokemon Champion for sure.
It looks a lot better than that. To me, it looks... Because for me, I had the same problem with Pokemon as a multiplayer thing. Like, you have to grind like crazy, even if you want to keep up with the people you know. Like,
Dude,
you
it's gonna
have
be so
to...
easy of access.
Oh, agreed.
Because then if I'm playing with a friend and I'm beating their team a bunch, it's like, dude, slap this guy in your team.
Yeah.
Or like
It gets boring.
this guy counter. Like you don't have to train them up
no,
for hours.
No.
And then
I mean, you're basically... You're leveling up an RPG party, like in a regular RPG, and putting them online. And as cool as that is, you're like grinding and grinding to level 100. And then you have to hope and pray you get the right EV/IVs in nature. And then you have to level
you
them
breed.
all the way up.
you gotta
You gotta breed like
you
crazy.
breed them, which is why like I have so many breeding dittos. In
If
my
you
Pokemon
don't have a
home.
Ditto, you're dead.
100%. I have
You have to have...
dittos of every nature and every EV/IV in my Pokemon home bank because of from X and Y that I just like. When I played X and Y, I was obsessed.
Yeah, I remember, dude. You were like... You streamed... That was like your golden age in terms of like
The only time in
streaming.
streaming I actually had viewers.
Pokemon.
Besides, I had viewers when I did Brawl Stars with Matt and when we did Clash Royale.
You got a lot of viewers too with the mobile game streams you did by yourself.
Yeah, I'd always have chatters. I think people just don't have. I mean, people just, at least here in the West, like people don't care about it that much. Like
No.
Like they don't. Which I mean, I don't blame them. It's not a very good market.
No.
It was a good niche, but it's just like then I'm just playing mobile games all the time. It's like
yeah.
okay. Like Clash of Clans is perfect because you can kind of grind if you want, but you have to put it down at some point. Like you can't just do stuff all the time. So it's like the perfect game for mobile gamer. Like you check on it a few times a day, you're done, and you're making progress.
Meanwhile, playing any of the mobile games that I played that were ported to PC is awful when I go back. I played Granny on mobile for a little bit, and it was terrible. I just put it down.
No, 100%. I'm not.
Put it down.
I'm just saying that, like in general, mobile games are kind of like most of the time just kind of like there's a lot of cash grab ones.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, we'll throw anime graphics on it because people spend some kind of.
Oh yeah,
money
dude, the
on it.
gacha
And
game
they're kind of
stuff.
right.
Which is sad. They're all white.
The thing is, you can make gacha games that are actually like a game.
Yes.
Like, Genshin Impact.
Yeah, a lot of people say.
love, and I've played it. I think Genshin Impact is super fun.
A lot of people like Genshin Impact.
But they actually made a game. Like they made billions, and they actually made, and they're making other games. Like those guys are doing gacha games correct, where it's like
it's an actual game.
I think the aspect of gacha is cool. A lot of people get weird about like, okay, there's crappy. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's like predatory stuff.
Agreed.
Like if you can't even go through the story without spending money, that
lame. Happened with like I said, the Mr. Meat game I played, where you'd have like ads to reload your ammo. It's like, dude, come on, man.
I put a few scary games.
It was
like that.
It was terrible. I was like, dude, it's not even
and
worth it.
the game in general was like pretty good if it wasn't for that.
Oh, agreed. Is it the most janky, weird, like? It's
I'm
like
spending money on a game, and I'm not doing it on the phone. I'm not spending.
Same.
I'm not spending money to buy a title in the game.
I would only buy DLC for like a game that's like a mainline game. That's the only time I'd ever spend money on something.
Yeah, that's. Dude, I love this topic.
Extra for a game.
I think gacha games are cool. Is like a collector. It's like if you were buying cards. It's like the same thing. It's just a digital.
Here's
thing.
your waifu.
I understand. There's always a risk of the game dying.
Watching that sniping real-time strategy game,
dude, that game was sick.
Was so funny. Seeing
Girls Frontline.
Oh my gosh, dude! Seeing the physics, man.
Yeah, I mean, I could do with.
I was laughing so hard. I was in. You saw me. I was dying laughing when I saw the chick come on
that
screen.
was actually like fun. Like that kind of strategy game is fun, and to me, it's like kitting out your characters and getting your characters is fun. But I didn't spend any money on that.
It's called Gun Girls.
It's called Girls Frontline.
That sounds like.
Yeah, it's like they're just like robots. The girls are like androids that you like, and you're a commander, and like all the androids are like girls.
They're all waifus. My gosh,
yeah, so
dude.
it's like, which is
woo.
Whatever,
That's funny. That's funny, man.
Those games are fun, and you don't have to spend money. I mean, you also can get free characters. People get upset because they think that the drop rates are predatory. So, like, if you are spending money, and they're right.
Yeah,
like, if you are spending money, they have like really low drop rates.
It's the same with.
Pretty sure Genshin Impact actually lied about their drop rates originally, of like saying it was easier to get than it was. And I think people like mined the data or something, or one of the popular gacha games they like mined the data on, and we're like the drop rates are actually this, not what you're telling us.
No,
which is illegal. So they had to like change that, but or be more transparent. That might have been MapleStory that did that actually.
You know what, all dude? Freaking,
actually, I think it was Nexon for MapleStory that did.
Bro, I mean, you can think of
MapleStory is gacha at a certain point to make your character more powerful.
Same with the look stuff, dude. Oh my gosh, seeing all those people kitted out.
Cosmetics is like a separate thing because you don't have to buy that.
That's true. I mean, it depends. Like I said, for me, I'm a
cosmetic guy. I want to look cool. Or like cute, or however I want to look.
I'm not one of those people who hates microtransactions.
This is what I'm saying with Diablo, like Diablo Immortal. Like I said when I did my review, was Diablo Immortal is a sick free game. It's a sick free Diablo game.
I've heard people say it's better. My hair cutter even said it was better than Diablo
Did he?
4. Yeah.
Nice. I think it's better than Diablo. I said the same thing.
Like my brothers play it.
I said the same thing when to TJ about Diablo 4. I was like, Immortal was more fun. He liked 4 better, but the only thing is PvP, because there's a pay to win aspect of like there is money you can put in to make your character stronger if you want. PvP's unbalanced, but it's like who's playing Diablo for PvP?
Yeah,
Nobody.
I mean, nobody.
I'm playing for fun boss fights with my boys and loot drops.
This is my biggest issue. So I'm okay if people purchase stuff. A lot of people will talk about Battlefront 2, say that game was like the worst in terms of loot boxes. But I actually was able to get skins without spending a dime, to be honest.
That's the card aspect was what was fishy with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the star cards.
Because then it's
oh my gosh, dude.
It's
that was
something
awful.
in competitive play. The game is you versing people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you're making it so I'd spend money to keep up with people that I'm versing, that's...
Now,
sucks.
I will say the game, they kind of went back on those practices and started changing things, which is nice. They had feedback, so... And I honestly think that...
I just thought that game was really fun.
This is the saddest part about it. The best part is, they finally brought back... Oh, bless you. They brought back the instant... Bless your heart.
Thank you.
No. They brought back, the AI stuff that you could do on the other games, where you fight the AI. You can fight AI.
That, I like that.
They added AI heroes, so you can duel.
Yeah, that's
AI
good enough.
heroes.
That's good for me. Like, I would get a game just based off that.
I think that's why Battlefront 2, at least like the old one, that one's gonna last.
The old one, dude.
That one's gonna last for years because the AI stuff is.
But like I was saying, there is levels where it's like, first off, if you have a problem where you just shouldn't be playing these.
Agreed.
That's easier said than done. But like, there are people who like have a problem. Like, they're like, oh gosh, I'm like spending so much money on gacha games. It's like, that's
then
bad.
Don't play it.
Like, you shouldn't play them if you can't like play a game.
I don't think I've ever bought a skin.
The
in a
thing
game.
is, a lot of gacha games are like crappy. So the only fun part is the collecting aspect of it, of like getting new characters. But the gameplay loop sucks. So it's like, okay, why am I like? The main thing is that's when it's like, dude, this is barely a game.
I remember the days when all you could do was just like grind to get the cosmetics. When you had to like rank up your skill points, and back in the Halo days when you had to like, let's say I wanted a cool piece of armor, as someone who actually, I used tricks to get points, not like cheats, but like I just opened up multiplayer or campaign and just replayed stuff and then got points from it.
You're like, you can do it.
But what I was and also grinded. I did grind to like warrant officer, I think. But it was fun. Honestly, I got the helmet I wanted. The grind for cosmetics can be fun. I think that is a lost art these days for most
just
games.
People will buy them.
Yeah,
that's because you can have. Well, they could do both though.
Yeah, that's
what
I'm saying.
So you can only get this cosmetic from getting in a ranked spot.
I feel like, or just have it be like you can get the cosmetic faster.
I think when they do an emblem where it's like your profile emblem is like, look, like I'm this rank. It's like a special emblem. It's like Rainbow Six Siege does like a charm. So it's like you get to a certain point, they give you a gun charm. So when they see that charm, they're like, this guy's a champion charm.
COD 4 gave you the deagle for prestiging. The gold deagle. That was amazing.
That was cool too. COD with the gun camos, they do a good job.
Yeah,
with that.
Dude, loved it.
But yeah, I agree with you. They can do both, and
you
I think that
have both at the same time.
Having ranked cosmetics is cool.
Yes.
Is cool because then it's like, well, you only have this.
Well, I was thinking you could just have it so the people who want it to be faster just buy it, and the people who want to grind it.
Marvel Snap did, like they have card skins.
Card skins.
You can unlock all the cards without paying money. Like you just play and unlock all the cards, which is cool. And the backs had you would get back like card sleeves would be like you get to this rank, you have this card sleeve, like things like that, which is really I thought was cool. Like that's smart.
Oh, same, dude.
It's like, well, this guy has this card sleeve. He's like my rank, or he's higher than me, or whatever. But cosmetics, people love them, man. Especially when it comes to anime stuff, people love.
I will say, I don't know
anime people are suckers, and I'll say this till the day I die. And I think that this is why part of the reason I'm so into anime. Part of the reason I'm so into anime is because I like aesthetics. Like I like the aesthetic of things.
So
when I'm playing a game I'm more of like especially when like I like the aesthetic of how I look or like how things look or how I'm portrayed. Not just because I'm like I want to be cool, like just because I like to like what I'm looking at. So it's like with anime, I feel like anime there's so much it's a niche art style, but there's so many different styles of anime that it's like they're very good at coming up with like a really pleasant like aesthetics.
Yeah, we're gonna cut that.
I'm saying like I'm literally just talking about like how things look. Somebody's hair color, their like what they decide to wear, their eyes, like all like stuff like that. I'm a very aesthetic person, and it's aesthetically pleasing for me to say that. How many times am I going to say aesthetic? I don't know. But so for me,
we should do a counter.
I feel like anime people are aesthetically pleased people, so they go crazy for cosmetics. I think that.
Well, you want me to be honest?
Is the case.
You want me to be honest? And sorry for almost cutting you off there. But
No,
I guess what I was saying is
I was just having trouble trying to figure out what I was trying to say. So
I guess what I'm going to say is, I don't think every game needs cosmetics. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm getting sick of seeing a skin system for every single game. Like, dude, if I'm playing... I mean, for Battlefront it works because, you know, Star Wars characters look different all the time. You know, they have different animated versions that have different outfits. But when I'm playing...
I think it works better in anime games than most.
Yes. I think in COD, I don't know about skins. I don't know, bro.
Most skins in COD aren't aesthetic, like aren't fun to look at.
No.
They're either silly or they're anime and I want to buy it. Those are the only two, and not even all that because COD can suck it at this point.
I'm okay with Captain Price being a skin. I don't care. You know, seeing Captain Price is cool. Seeing all the characters is cool, but having like 80s movie characters like Rambo and stuff and like Pumpkinhead, I think. Maybe he wasn't a skin, but there's like horror movie villains. I was like, okay, do we have to have all these brand dealings in COD? Can't we just have like soldiers or people from the actual game? Like if I was going to have cosmetics, I wouldn't buy them. But I think if you're going to have them for something like COD, why not just do the characters from the game and just actual soldiers?
I get it. It is a little weirder in COD because it's a more serious seeming game. Like the vibe is more serious.
It used to be so.
It's not like Fortnite.
No, and it's starting to kind of turn into that, like cosmetically.
It is. Even though if you look at their skins, they're terrible.
Oh yeah, dude, that Japanese.
Fortnites are like at least good.
That Japanese skin I saw, I was like, dude, what the frick, man? What is this doing
Like
in
the
COD?
girl I have, I like. Like, she's like a soldier. She's an anime soldier. She doesn't look. She looks more silly than you would actually do as a soldier, obviously. But like, she's at least soldier-esque. Like she at least like sort of fits with some of the stuff where you're like a freaking guy with like hitting a bong in like a mask, you have like a weed mask on. It's like this is the dumbest. I understand there are certain people who are into that, but like, I don't want to have a skin that makes it be like, dude, I smoke like weed. Like, I don't want that.
How cool am I? Yes.
First off, it's lame.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, I'm sorry.
It is lame.
If you are, like,
it is so
bragging
lame.
about that you smoke, and that's, like...
It's like, bro, that doesn't make you cool.
That's like you make that a big part of your identity. It's like, okay. Like,
yeah.
It'd be like if I was drinking a skin... Like, when I said drinking, like, a skin where I'm, like, drinking booze all the time.
Yeah. I don't
like,
get
dude,
it.
I drink alcohol.
Plus, is addiction a good thing to like? Dude, I'm addicted to this. It's like, okay, that's great.
Mean, if they are, that's obviously not good. But.
Yeah, it's like I mean, any of this stuff. Like, I don't care what you have. Anything can be an addiction. But I'm just saying, like.
But I agree with you. Like, does COD need cosmetics besides camo skins? And honestly, you're not seeing them besides on the loading screen. I'm actually more into gun skins in COD than I am.
Yeah,
like
same.
You give me a cool gun skin, dude. In Warzone 1, that pink M4, like anime M4. At least I get to see it.
Yeah, at least it's something. And that's how I felt about the old games. I mean, the camos they had, and those were sick, dude. They had
having skins is a little goofy, so I get what you're saying.
It's like
something like Marvel Rivals. It makes sense.
It's like it depends on the game. Some games the skin's okay.
Overwatch, that stuff, it makes sense because I'm seeing it. It's a third person.
Same with Dying Light. I actually like skins being in that because you can see each other. You can see each other if you want. I mean, The reason why is because, I mean, you can look at your whole body. You can look down and see your entire body and
Yeah, you can
see
do that
your
in COD,
hands.
too,
And you move around a lot more in the cutscenes.
I just mean guns in COD. You're seeing way more.
Oh
than,
yeah,
like,
dude, that's way better. That's way, in my eyes, I agree with you. I think if you're doing an FPS, a first-person shooter, why would you not do
That's
just
right.
gun?
That's where I get what you're saying. Where it's like, do they need him in COD?
No.
Would I be upset if they took him out? Like,
No.
not really. Especially because most of the time they're balls anyway. Probably AI generated in the first place.
And that's what's sad. It's like, dude, the talent of like, I don't know.
Because Warzone 1, hands down,
The cosmetics were
had
better.
better skins than we have. In
Because
these
they
new
were
ones.
soldiers. It wasn't random movie characters.
So, I completely understand what you're saying. And cosmetics are like, there are different types of people. Some people don't care about them.
Yeah.
Which is perfect because it's perfect because then you don't have to spend any money.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Warzone is a completely free game.
Agreed.
So even though it's trash, like you don't have to spend a dime. To
No,
play
you
it.
don't. You
Like,
don't.
You don't even. Yeah, it's like
You don't.
so. At least it's well. It wouldn't really work not being.
I mean, if
free.
you hate it, then you could just leave it behind. That's the thing about those games. You haven't committed money to them, so.
And one thing that's nice about battle passes, which people hate battle passes. They
Yeah.
think it ruined.
I don't think battle
Gaming.
passes ruin.
I remember we talked
gaming.
about that, but it's like if you play the game enough, don't buy the battle pass until
Yeah.
you finish it. Then you can buy the next one for free.
Yeah, I don't
I
understand.
don't touch the battle pass until I know I'm going to complete it, because then the next one's like whichever one I feel has cool stuff. Then I can not pay for that one. So even that is free.
I mean, I'm in the same boat where it's like, are the battle pass? It's like I can see being upset about loot boxes, but battle passes.
Yeah, but even
Like-
loot boxes you get for free.
I guess I'm saying
get for
like
free.
the amount of times that you waste time spinning. Like I don't think RNG should be a mechanic for cosmetics. Personally, that's me, because sometimes you'll get a
Yeah, I
character
mean, who
skin for
cares?
something that doesn't even matter. Like I'd rather just put a store up at that rate, dude. Don't give me a box that I have to buy to.
I see what you mean. Like if you
Yeah.
can't really buy cosmetics,
Yeah.
unless you're opening loot boxes, then it's kind of like okay.
I mean, that's kind of how the start of the loot box craze happened, was that you couldn't just directly buy it, or it was so
But there
much.
are people who like it's like opening Pokemon cards. It's like there's something about opening packs where you don't know what you're gonna get.
It's straight up
like
gambling, though.
It is,
like,
except no value.
yeah, it's like
No potential
Pokemon
value.
cards. I get it; it's more innocent, but it's like, dude, this is a cosmetic
is
in a
it?
video game.
Kind of.
I mean, I don't know.
It's like it's
I
one of those
guess-
things where like
I don't know.
But here's the thing about money, like this is where I don't understand. Like you don't have to spend your money
No,
on things at all. So it's like it's not like I have to go buy Pokemon cards.
no.
It's not like I have to go buy loot boxes for Overwatch for my character to look different. Like you just don't have to. I understand people saying it's predatory, but it's like only if you're buying it. I mean,
That's true.
Clearly, you don't care that
Yeah.
much if you're buying the loot
Yeah.
boxes or you're buying, to get the skin you want.
Now,
or to
do I
get the-
think that games that solely or like really jack up the price for like character skins, yes, they're still buyable. But the thing is, do I really think that's predatory when they're using loot boxes and having highly priced skins? So
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
better off buying
the skins and
the packs. That's a
Marvel
little
Rivals are expensive.
That's a little more predatory in my eyes. Do I
True.
think it
But you
destroys?
also the game's free, bro.
Does it
You don't
destroy
have to buy
the
anything.
Does it destroy the game? No. Personally, for me, I'd rather pay for a game in some ways because it assures me.
I think most people would.
It assures me that
Most people would rather have it not be a live service free game.
it's like my problem is if I pay for this game, I mean, I know that I'm giving money to the devs, like not just the skin people. I'm giving direct money to these devs, and I'm saying I trust your product. So
Yeah.
I trust your product.
Yeah.
Does it suck? I'm out a couple bucks, yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. It feels good to know that I'm supporting a game that I like, and I'm like, it's like, oh, I bought this game, and I know that they're gonna make more stuff for it,
Like a new game.
Yeah, they're gonna make more stuff. Also DLC, when I buy that,
I do miss DLC. Luckily, it's kind of like back,
it is sort of, yeah.
which is cool because I always liked that map packs. I don't know
Yeah.
why COD stopped doing map packs.
I didn't get that.
I'd pay for like cool maps.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, that's the thing. I'd pay for maps. Like, maps being paid for, I would easily do that. Even if it was just maps. Even if the game was free, but some of the maps were paid, I'd be totally okay with that.
Yeah.
I like, if you got to support them, like...
I mean, COD's like the only game that makes a new game every year.
Yeah, meanwhile...
It makes you pay $70. You basically, this is not a joke. This isn't a joke. You pay $70 a year at least to play Call of Duty.
Oh, gosh, man.
That's at least.
I know.
I mean, with Xbox, I understand it's cool because they put it on the Game Pass, but you're also paying them monthly, so you're actually giving them more money having Xbox Game Pass than if you don't have Xbox Game Pass. Which is another reason. Like, I haven't been playing my Xbox at all. I have to get rid of the
Game Pass
I just
subscription.
never use it.
Yeah,
there's so many
it's
games,
like,
and I don't need more options.
for
I would
me-
rather just buy a solid one that I play.
Same.
And I bought Monster Hunter, super fun. I'm going to be into that for a while, and I'm not going to be like, I need to play this. I need to play
Yeah,
this. I need to play
I
this.
see Game Pass as like another avenue. It's a third avenue, thankfully. Gaming's nice because it's relatively been the same, minus discs
If you were a
disappearing.
single player guy, mainly, and you actually finish, you get a game and you finish it, and you move on. Game Pass is an incredible.
If you're a guy who hates replaying games, get Game Pass. Like, if you don't want to
That's
replay
another
games,
thing too, is like you don't own it.
If you don't
You're
wanna
just
replay games-
technically you're just renting it for a long
like
time.
if you want to, like, let's say you like I said, you discover a gem and then you want to play it, and then let's say go on difficulties. Let's say you want to do a hard mode run, and Game Pass is gone. You gotta resubscribe, or they remove it from Game Pass. That's the problem. These publishers have almost too much control over their games.
And I've been looking with the physical copies and stuff of things are important. I've been looking into it more, because people were so.
Now, I will say, as a man who's talked about it, look.
Well, I'm just saying that the reason is so they can't control.
Yes.
If a game goes away or a
Yes.
piece of media goes away, it's
Thankfully,
we have it. It's never going to be stuff will be gone and forgotten
Yes.
about if people don't have physical
Yes.
copies of it.
No, I will
Unless
say
it gets on the internet.
certain
That's
games, like certain franchises are
People can
forever
censor
going to
the
be
internet if they
hallmarks. That's true. But certain franchises are going to be hallmarks. Certain
fine.
things.
Of course. I mean, Call of Duty's been around for.
I mean, it's like
Ever.
COD, Arkham. You've got all these games that are so big and people love them and play them. Certain games will be remembered. Certain games that are actually really good, like certain Spider-Man games, they've been removed from Steam in the past. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Another highlight.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Gosh, bro.
Ramen's hitting me. But yeah, dude, I get what you're saying, and I don't know, man. I just think that getting back to where we started with the mobile games is like, I actually think, gotcha is a cool genre. Here's the thing: it's about spending money, right? People are like, it's a waste of money. I'm like, okay, well, what do you could find something that almost anyone does that's a waste of money.
Yes, you can find anything.
You do it; it's an entertainment expense.
Yeah.
You spending a ton of people spending money on Netflix every month. Are you watching? Like, there's a lot of people that don't watch it that much, if at all.
Yeah.
And they're just giving them money just to have it.
And that's what makes me sad about dude, I don't watch Disney Plus. If I'm gonna watch the shows that I like, I'll just bust out the DVD that I have. I still have some DVDs, man. I don't want to watch.
I don't think I own a single DVD.
Personally, I don't want to watch. I don't want to, like, let's say I want to watch
But yeah, if
Spider-Man.
there's something that you like,
Yeah, it's like, for me,
who cares? Like, yeah,
for
I
me,
have
it's like, dude, why would I want to go on Disney Plus and watch it when there's going to be possibly ads? They could possibly take the show down because they think something's offensive. Like, why would I want to do that?
Yeah, exactly. And Disney Plus is, I mean, there's just, the thing is, there's so much content now.
You're telling me
On-
walls and walls are terrible?
On every avenue, there's so much content. Like, each big publishing company has their own streaming service.
Yeah. Ugh,
Now.
gross.
The amount of movies that are pumped out every year is insane. Ones that I never even heard of. I used to know about every movie coming out when
Yeah.
I was young. And even then, they made movies fast.
They did.
Now it's like hyper fast. fast. It's like I think it's part of the reason we're getting so much crap is because it's so much easier for everybody to make movies now. Like,
It's so much easier, and also, I think that
But it goes the same for games. It's the same thing. There's so many games that exist,
but like
constantly coming out, constantly getting overlooked. How many ones are awesome that fail? How many ones
it makes
are...
me sad that like AAA is so bad now.
Even AAA's flopping. Yeah, it's like constantly
How are they flopping now, dude? It's like you have the best minds in the industry.
I mean, they'll I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying is like there's a weird... Sometimes I'll have like choice paralysis. I'm like, why am I like that? It's like, oh, because there's so many options.
I know, dude.
Netflix, I used to think was awesome because it was a DVD service.
Yes.
So I would literally, you'd order a DVD, they'd mail it to you, you'd watch said DVD, you could keep it for like 3 days, you put it back in the mail with the same envelope, and you put it back in your mailbox.
Yes.
And then you wait. Not only, like, and you wait. Now it's like, I could, so if I get a movie, and I'm like, ugh, I'm not really into this movie right now, I'm going to finish it because it's the only movie that I got that's new.
You're forced to finish it.
And in a lot of ways, I've ended up like movies later because I'm like, I had to sit and watch it.
Now if you're bored,
I can be bored and I can find a new movie immediately.
Yeah, I think it's worse for shows than games. In all honesty, where it's like, at least with games
are pretty bad.
I guess I'm saying like
at least games I'm interacting.
I guess I'm saying like with games, what's nice is you're playing something. With a movie, if it's bad, you're just watching awful. Like, it's at least funny if the game's bad.
Yeah.
With movies, it's like if I'm watching something that's actually bad, like we talked about Madam Web like a year ago, that was literally awful.
I enjoyed watching it, but I would actually never watch it again.
Yeah, probably.
I don't even think I could sit through it again.
If I was to watch it, I would watch a YouTube video of a supercut of the villain guy, Ezekiel. That would be the funniest. That would be the only part I'd watch. Because he's terrible.
Horrendously bad.
And hearing you say that, too. The guy who
I love bad movies. Like, I really do. Like, I could watch a bad movie. It's one of my favorite things. Like, hanging out with people, watching bad movies.
Then I guess I'll have to make you watch Little Panda Fighter.
I'd watch Little Panda Fighter. I like that kind of stuff.
Knockoff
But
movies.
that isn't even funny. It's just bad.
Oh, dude, same with Chop Kick Panda.
But, like...
That was bad. Not Little Panda. That's a different...
I don't know. It's weird. It's just things are growing so... Things with technology is just, like, so rapidly...
No,
I know we're going over, but, like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's a good conversation.
Like, what I will say is I am glad that engines are more accessible and, like, people can make stuff. But I will say there needs to be, like, a screening process for these people. There needs to be a screening process.
100%.
There needs to be a screening process. There needs to be requirements for games on Steam and everywhere.
I got rid of my Netflix account because there's so much garbo.
I know.
And why would I... There's some cool anime on there that are like exclusive Netflix ones. That's like the only thing I feel like they're good at.
Yeah, Netflix exclusive.
Their movies suck.
Oh, yeah.
Their shows, worse. Because then there's multiple episodes.
Not only are they degenerates.
I watched this show, The Magicians, for a while. And I was like, this show's really good. Like, it's kind of like... I was like, it's corny. It's like Buffy. Like, I like it. And then I tried to get back into it a couple weeks ago. And I was like... It's the dumbest. Even I'm like, whoa, how did I watch 2 seasons, 3 seasons of this show? It's It's like
no, I don't blame you.
Trash.
I mean, dude, Netflix.
Which is why Xbox Game Pass is like, I don't finish. At least if I put money into it, it's a time investment.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I put money in it.
I gotta
I'm gonna play
this,
it.
Yeah.
Like, and then I might end up liking it later or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Now it's like you can go based off your mood and be like, oh, I feel like playing this. Don't feel like playing this anymore. Delete it. Never touch it again. I feel like playing this.
That's why I never got Game Pass because I was like, dude.
Now that we're talking about it, I'm probably going to cancel it tonight.
I just, like, I just, for me, it's hard to want to, I've been looking for, like, you know what game genre is hard to find? Stealth games. Yeah, for some freaking reason, people don't make stealth games anymore. They don't. Like, it's actual, like, high quality, deep stealth games. For some reason, that's so hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Splinter Cell is incredible.
It just bugs me because
Metal Gear stealth part's awesome.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
want to do stealth, it's awesome.
and you can go loud in the old ones, but you are going to be dead pretty quick.
It's hard.
And it makes sense because
It's cool. I
mean,
love that. Because then when I
now-
do go aggro, I have to be like way more hyper focused.
you have to be tactical.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
you have to be tactical. John
And the stealth is
Wickish.
fun because you can get through stuff so quick, but you were sneaky.
You
just
can-
feel good about
You
it.
can ghost, and ghosting is a challenge. Not taking anyone out, just leaving everyone up and
That's
sneaking
super
past them.
fun.
And I mean, I'm always lethal in those games.
Splinter Cell, the one I played on Xbox 360 was legendary.
I played the original Splinter Cell, which was I played the very first game in the series not that long ago, and it was a treat. Honestly, it was a
The
treat.
levels are so good. Like the gadgets they let you use are so good. The night vision,
Yeah,
it's just sick. The pistol with the silencer,
what's nice is you you can throw like a can, and then they go over to
distracted with noises.
same with Metal
It's
Gear.
incredibly good. I agree with you. Dude.
MGS5?
Stealth is sick.
As much as I absolutely make fun of and belittle that game on a regular basis, when people play it, if someone I know is playing it, I will look over there, I will hear the sound effects, I'll be like, oh, that's it. And I'll be like, you're playing that game first in the series? Be like, in my mind, I'm like, why would you pick Metal Gear Solid 5? Like, to play first? Oh, it's got new mechanics. It's like, ugh,
Dude, it's so good. Not that, but I'm saying the
that
stealth.
the stealth is solid in that game.
Are good. Solid. Nice.
Yeah, it's very solid. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's very good. Okay, lost track there. It's very good. Dude, the gadgets you can use, the cigar gas sprayer and solid 3 that you can knock people out
Yeah.
with, the scientist disguise, and then the mechanic disguise where you have to like put a mask on to just and
You
you
can just like smoke a cigarette. If
Yep.
You want.
you can
just
smoke a
kinda
cigar
smoke.
and chill.
Like, why?
Snake
I
will
don't know,
get
it's
a
cool.
snake will get a cold.
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's cool. That game is awesome. Those games are awesome. And one thing that's fun, I know we're jumping around everywhere, but like with Clash of Clans is like we're doing it together though.
Yeah.
It's like we're in a clan together with
Well,
our,
we're kind of
with our
circling
family
back
and
to
some
our
of our
original
friends,
thing.
and like I love that. Like it's fun because we're together. We're like strategize together. We're like, dude, we got to do this as a clan.
Yeah.
Like you do wars, and we're like trying to get stars for our clan, stuff like that. Like that aspect, like that aspect of it for Clash of Clans. I'm just checking how much time I have left to attack. 'Cause I don't want to miss my attacks.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Is you guys like us doing it together? I know that like now TJ doesn't play as much, and like
No.
I have 12 hours. I know
Yeah.
like TJ doesn't have to play as much, and like
Let's not extend this to 12.
yeah, John
Yeah.
doesn't.
We
play
could.
As much.
That's the sad part.
I know. John doesn't play as much, so it's like. It's a game you can go in and out of, and then
Yeah.
you come back, and it's not like you're like, whoa, like I'm way out of, like I missed my
Yeah.
my shot. Or
What's
whatever.
nice is there are ways you can support the clan.
Like you've been getting more into
Yeah,
it. Where
yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I'm like, I want to be in wars. I want.
Yeah.
Like it's just fun because we're playing together, so we're getting victories together.
But you're also not constantly having to monitor each other 24/7,
no, and we're
which
not
is
supposed to be
nice.
like, hey, you got to be on at the same time
Yeah,
I'm on.
yeah.
Like, hey, let's get on
It's
tonight.
what's
Like,
fun about it is it's just like what it is.
we're like fighting together for a goal, but like a system, like synchronous.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's not like you're like we're in a tournament on some Call of Duty game. We're like, dude, we got to get together and practice, man.
No, it's like, hey,
Scrims.
what strategy did you use? How'd you get that 3-star?
Yeah,
Oh,
how'd you
let
get
me
the
try
3-star?
that. Or,
All I
hey,
did was just use like my dragons were strong enough with only heals to somehow, because I used my ice potions, but the problem is the derpy dragons didn't come in correctly.
Yeah, because you got to
And,
pack. That's like the one big thing.
Yep, and then what
It's a
happened
fun
was somehow the healing kept them alive, almost
Your heal
all of
potions?
them. Yeah, almost all of them, and they destroyed the entire base. Like,
That's what's fun is like you don't have to do things a set way.
no.
And there's easier attacks. Where like, I just want to do an easy attack. Like, and if it happens, there's just many options.
Meanwhile, when you look at stuff like RTS games, you have to have a strategy. You have to choose a certain strategy. Certain units are good.
They really, and I haven't said this enough. Like, I've had people tell me about it who like ask like they'll see me playing Clash like, what is that? That looks cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, like if they have addictive personalities, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like you could toss money at this if you want. You don't have to. You're a
I
perfect
haven't
example.
tossed a single money.
It's like
I said
you
a
don't
single
have to.
money.
I have
a single
free,
money.
I have a free account. I have an account that I spent
say?
money on. I have an account that I don't, and my account that I don't has progressed really fast. So
a
like-
single dollar. There you go.
and it's like, it's one of those things where like, with friends, it's like okay, like you can get sucked into it if you want, but it's also the perfect game where like you can keep up and not be.
No, you don't have to be
like,
amazing.
I'm grinding it every day.
Yeah, once you get like your
Like-
builder base done, you can kind of
We're at a point now where we're basically just like, oh, I know we're in Clan War League now, which that's such
Yeah.
a fun thing.
It's
It-
nice. It's nice
Clan
that
games is fun. Like you're kind of like going towards a single goal
Yeah.
together. Like they really just did so well with that. I
yeah,
can't
very
even
smart.
like mobile game wise. I feel like everybody knows what Clash of Clans. They at least
Oh,
know
yeah.
what it is.
And then all Rise of Kingdoms tried.
Yeah, me and Matt got heavy. into
Sail
Rise of
Away?
Kingdoms. It's fun, but that's a money pit. That's like you have to spend money.
A money
Game.
pit.
It is to really be the full aspect of the game. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it's cool, but like, and you have to. That's a game that you do want to be checking, especially if
Yes.
you're in wars. It's different because it's real time.
It's kind of like that Lord
It's not
of
like,
the
hey,
Rings
attack
game.
this base. Their defense either wins or loses. It's like the little dude.
Yeah.
I had to stop that because I'm at work checking it. I have it up. I'm supposed to be doing like carpentry. I'm at work checking these like
Oh.
attacks constantly. Like I still got what I needed to get done, but it's like I don't need that in the back of my
No.
head. Like I had to stop because to be at the front lines and really experience the game, you got to be in contact constantly. To be a
Yes.
relevant player on the map. If it was like the only game that I played at all, it could be cool. But it's like
Now you're
the amount of there's just games out there where the amount of time you have to put in because you will miss out on the fun stuff. The key word is missing out, right? Like Maple Story, I've shoveled and I always come back and I shovel in. I dump hours. I'm at like 2. I think my guy's at like 210, like my main guy. And then I level 2 to level 75 to like Skill Link, which is a whole thing.
bro. Some people can play
But-
one game.
Exactly. And Maple Story, like, you're not missing out on anything, right? Like, it's
No.
like, okay, so what? I level up as I level up. I just like see my damage numbers go up in my
Yeah.
I'm not missing anything.
No.
They do events, but I'm not like, oh no, I missed out because my whole thing that I like is just seeing my level go
Yeah,
up.
you're building up to something.
It's just like, oh yeah, I just mindlessly grinded mobs and did boss fights, and now I'm like a level higher, and it's just fun seeing
Oh,
that.
no,
Like now I
agreed.
need a billion experience to go up a level. Like, but you're not missing out. That Lord of the Rings game, you start. We and TJ were in charge of a clan, and your clan is the whole map goes in seasons, and each cycle is you building your clan up, taking territory, starting to fight, taking stuff like Helm's Deep and fighting over that and keeping that safe, keeping your tower safe, protecting your land, and then at the end you all fight over trying to get the ring. And then after the person gets the ring and they win for a while, after a certain like month-ish or so, or 2 months, resets. You start from square one.
So
And
there's
you
no,
rebuild. You keep your heroes and stuff, but you like rebuild. You got to take all the land. You got to level up your heroes again. You got to do. It's like Rise of Kingdoms does the same thing,
This is what I would have done if I was making.
and it's cool. It's super cool concept, but that means I have to be hardcore. That means I'm guaranteed have to play like crazy to not miss out on the whole reason you're playing in the first place. Because I'm not going to play it if I don't get to be taking land from people and getting these huge battles.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point of the game.
So if
But to get to that point, you have to spend hours and hours checking. I'm not kidding. Spending hours daily, which I was doing.
Yeah,
I'm
that,
not doing.
that sounds bad.
Like, it's like even for
That sounds
a game
terrible.
in general, I don't think that's good.
That sounds absolutely awful. What I will say is, if
Because
I
then you're
was,
missing out on the whole reason you're playing. Then it's like, then if you don't get in those battles, you wasted your time completely.
yes, no, for sure. If I was making a game like that, let's say I'm I'm not going to. Not saying anything about that for you guys. If anyone listening, I guess what I'm saying before we finish this off, so we don't go to like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I will say this: if I was making a game with a progression system, I would just do the prestige thing, where you get to a certain point, your prestige restart. Get to a certain point.
Yeah,
your
Call of Duty
prestige,
prestiging is
restart.
fun. I do have a fun
I think
time
every
prestiging.
game, even games that aren't of the genre of FPS, should do that. Like even RPGs, it'd be so fun to like restart. Maybe you keep like an extra ability, like one ability.
Games do that.
One
They
ability.
do plus mode in a lot of Bethesda games where it's like you keep your character, things get harder,
Things get tougher.
and you go through another playthrough of it. Or
I think
whatever.
that would be more interesting to me than having like, and then, or maybe you restart and then every stat restarts, and you get like a cool weapon or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like something different, not just. I think Kingdom Hearts should do it, dude. The second you beat,
Oh, that'd be genius.
2, they give you like a new form or something, a new drive form,
Yeah, like I
like
know.
some kind of
I agree.
something. They should.
That's a really good idea. And honestly, when we talk about, it's funny because we talk about these Lord of the Rings. Like when I'm talking about games like that or Rise of Kingdoms, like they are fun. Like they are
Yes.
so fun. Like I'm not bashing
No.
that. It's just a matter of like, it's like why I can't play MMOs that aren't MapleStory, where I basically
Yes.
can just grind by myself. Is like, I can't do it because I'm missing. Like, you want to catch up to where the new content is.
Mm.
Otherwise, each expansion you're missing out on like what's going on. It's like they're just permanent time sinks of like, look, I want to control the level of time that I play
Yes,
games.
I want to control it too.
And if I do play, I like it being a social experience where I'm hanging with my boys,
Yeah.
we're having a good time, we're cracking jokes. For the most part, that's why Clash of Clans is cool.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I stopped playing Clash Royale. Clash Royale is fun; it's really fun, but it's a money pit.
Is that the one with the towers that
Yeah,
you
the
destroy,
Maze.
that you stream?
It's right. It's like it's a money pit. Like that one is a money pit, and you're not even really playing together. There are clans, but it's like not the same.
The 1v1 aspect looked fun for that
It's fun.
game.
Like it's a fun game, but it's like you have to spend money to climb up the ladder.
and I think
You just do, and that sucks. That's just a bad game.
That sounds like they just killed the game midway through development, basically.
But I mean, like we said, it all circles back to if you're okay with spending money on it.
Monetizing games for skills, I mean,
It's bad.
that should be banned.
That's
that
bad.
practice should be banned from gaming permanently.
That's why the way you're playing Clash of Clans is like the perfect way to play it.
Yeah.
You've actually gone up a lot.
For mobile games,
I saw your base and I
whatever.
was like, whoa, you're like already that high. I didn't realize you were like moving, like you're actually moving like pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, playing games kind of helps, not having to waste as many gems for it.
But I'm just saying, like Clash of Clans is perfect because you still get to be a part of the fun stuff, even if you're not max.
No.
Like you don't necessarily get all the content,
No.
like the new town hall, but it's like you're going to get there eventually.
And to be honest,
you don't have to be like, I have to be
You don't-
at the top rank. So every time it comes out, I'm like all on top
The
of it.
funny
like,
part is, I don't even. Most people think about that in their heads. Oh, what's the new town hall going to bring? I'm just like, can I win a war? Can I win a battle?
because you're getting
That's
new
all I
stuff
care
anyway
about.
that you haven't had access
Yeah.
to anyway. Your own pace.
Now, I will say, is the stuff for these levels? I won't lie, it's a little questionable. I think that
you
some
mean?
of the units I've been getting have been like, okay,
Not good.
this is useless. Like, I understand
Some
you
of
can.
the units are not that
It's
good.
like, dude, at least make it like. I guess for me, it's like, dude, if you're gonna give me progression each level, at least give me a unit that is useful for some purpose.
I mean, dude, the thing about dragons is you can use them the whole game.
It
if
just
you want.
breaks the game. Like the dragons break the game.
Yeah,
dude.
but like the higher up you are, like it's tough. Like I don't 3-star with my dragons anymore. Like unless I'm like I have to like actually focus.
Oh, yeah,
oh,
like
let me
potions.
funnel. Let me do my free spells right, like stuff like that.
saying that, well, that's what I've been doing early on.
But it's like
I've
if you
been-
can do
I've
that,
been doing that.
then yeah.
Yeah, you can use dragons permanently.
Like if you want, you can. Dragons are good. Electro dragons. I hate
Yeah.
electro dragons, but people love them.
Baby dragons, people, they're okay.
I use baby dragons to like clear units, like things from the side. Like there's it's
well, I think
it's
I've.
such. Clash of Clans has to be the best.
Well,
mobile game
here's what
there is.
I've realized with people who are. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Here's what I realized about Clash. What made me change my strategy was
In Brawl Stars, another really good one that you don't
Yes.
have to dump
No.
money into
no,
to
not
like,
at all.
play and progress. Like great game. Brawl Stars
Agreed.
I'm bored of it because I've the amount of time.
You played it more than
I have like 3 accounts. One of them is was max trophies at the time. Now they expanded it. But like, yeah, dude, I'm just like bored of it. Like, doesn't mean I couldn't get on it and have fun.
when you really sit there and do it like
Clash is like you're not. It's like a treat. You have to wait for your army to cook.
yes,
You know what I mean?
Yes, and it takes a long
It does.
time.
You could use potions, but you run out of those. Or
Though I will say this, like I was gonna say before we end this, because we're going to 1 hour and 20 minutes. We're over that. We're at 2 hours now. We are officially at 2
yeah, I
hours.
get it.
But this is what I'll say.
yeah, I just figure we're gonna talk anyway.
We're gonna talk anyways, but they don't need to hear it.
That's true.
But as I was saying, yeah, that's what I'll insult the viewers. But the 30 viewers that we sometimes get. But anywho, the final thing I want to say about Clash is,
I mean, for even you to want to play it, it has to be pretty good. I'm not trying to say you're a prude,
no.
but for you to be like, hey, I want to be a part of this,
And I think what
is like you've outplayed Kapil and Faith. Like,
Yeah, I
Faith's
have.
played, Kapil stopped. Like
yeah, very fast.
TJ's even stopped. You're playing still.
Well, what I realized was when I looked at
You, me, Matt, and Dad are just a solid. Even John stops playing when he maxes his base out. He's like done until the next town.
I think what I realized is that when you look at someone's base, a lot of times there's a side that's less guarded. Like I've started to analyze
good
bases.
angles, yeah.
There's different
That's a
angles.
huge
The reason
part of
why
the
I got
game.
3
That's one of
stars
the biggest part of the game.
is because I was looking at which side had more defenses instead of just annoyingly like getting annoyed, throwing my units down and having them die like I used to do.
Yeah.
I just decided, okay, this guy obviously he's not the highest level base, but when it comes to
You still beat it, dude.
I actually
Getting
think the
3
guy
star is
above
not
this-
easy, bro.
the guy above this dude looks more like a chump in the lineup, in all honesty. But I realized that people don't pay attention to their bases as much. Most people don't. That's kind of a rare thing to find, and I don't blame them because base building can be pretty boring sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely the least interesting aspect compared to attacking. Like, it is fun when you get a good combination, but like once you're done with it, you don't want to do it again. Like, you don't want to make 18 bases. I think that my biggest issue with that is first off, when you're doing a base, you got to pay attention to the details, or you're gonna get 3-starred.
When you're making your own base,
Yeah,
your own base,
like
100%.
even opponents, guys, you
absolutely.
have to, like, when you're making a base, instead of doing stupid troll bases, which I've ran into so many times, and they don't even like they try to do like dude, this building's further away, but unless you're a chump, you're gonna destroy those bases in
Yeah.
seconds. Like I've never been trolled by a base person.
It's still mad. Like, one thing that's nice is just because they're a few levels below you doesn't mean you can just slap your stuff down necessarily.
No.
Be like, whatever.
No.
Like, you do have to be like, well, here's an Inferno Tower.
Yep.
It's single target. It's gonna fry everything near it unless you keep it frozen until it's dead.
Oh, there's more rockets around. They're gonna melt my.
They're gonna
air
melt your
units.
dragons. You gotta be like, I gotta get this thing out
Yeah.
quick. Like that. There's a lot of depth to it. But yeah, I mean, for you to play it and continue to play it, like, I mean, that says something.
Yeah.
But it helps when we're doing it together too.
Yeah, I mean, if I was playing this by myself, I probably wouldn't play it at all. It's
Yeah,
like
I
one of
mean-
those games. It's one of those games where it's based on the clan stuff.
Like, I wouldn't play it as much.
No,
That's for sure.
I think that there would be a point where I was like, okay. And I've gotten to that point.
I like the
before.
progression of like building the base up too. So
Yeah.
like, even if I wasn't in a clan, even though I think a clan is called Clash. Like it's the huge part
I mean,
of
it
the
would
game.
still be fun. I
Like
think
the
It would still be
progression
fun.
building. Like I like getting my base up anyway.
If it was just 1v1s, I mean, and the clan stuff wasn't there, you know what? I may still play it. I may still do it. Like I'm saying, if that wasn't even a thing, I'd probably still play it just because. Let's say morbid curiosity. That's what motivates me with mobile games. That's something I like about them is the fact that nowadays when you look at indie games that are made by people, they're all the same thing. They're like simulators now. Power Wash Simulator. When I look at actual mobile games, one thing I do like about it is you're not spending as much time on the freaking graphics or making a game that's based off of one thing. Like you're not making simulator games. There's almost none on the phone, thank God. All you're doing is making actual games. That's what I like. Nowadays, indie games are so crappy and weird. Like certain, back in the day, we had like Stardew, we had Terraria, we had Minecraft. We had very original ideas. Now they're like, dude, Power Wash Simulator, House Flipper Simulator. Like the simulator genre.
Yeah, but there's not that many.
Like
I mean, there are, but it's like there's a lot of other.
Like they're starting to become the most popular indie genre. I've looked into it. Like people love.
They do love
addicted to
those.
this grind, and I'm like, dude.
I mean, if you like it,
to get a job then.
Well, they have jobs. Hopefully,
Why would you want to go home
and play a game about
and play a game about a job after you just did a job?
Like at least be a thief.
Yeah, at least
Or
with the
like-
stealing stuff or a contract killer. That'd be fun. You kill like guys on a wanted list.
That's where Grand Theft Auto. Not that I'd advise anyone to play it, but it's like that's where it's cool. Where it's like you're just doing crimes. Like I'm not gonna do that in real life.
Crime needs to be. That's.
It's like Thief Simulator.
Yeah,
it's like,
the thing with Thief Simulator
I'm like, I'm
is-
robbing a gas station. I wouldn't do that in real life ever.
No. And I think
So you're saying it's the aspect of like, I feel like games is supposed to be the aspect of getting away from real life.
Let's say I'm playing as a cop, and I'm going in and like stopping shootouts.
Like the
That's
imagination of it is what's fun.
Yes.
Not because I'm going in power washing somebody's house
No,
that I get paid for.
That's why I like SWAT 4. You have to tactically go into a house, tell people to get on the ground, shoot
I've never
them.
even heard of that.
Yeah, it's a really cool tactical shooter. I think it's better than Ready or Not, but it's
What's
very
Ready or
much.
Not?
It's like the new version of it. It's intense.
Never
and
heard of
really
it.
dark.
I didn't even know you've ever played that.
I played SWAT 4, and it's more like you go into people's houses. You have cases you got to do. So you go in and you're like an operator, and you go in with your SWAT squad. You command them to like open the door. You can command them to like flashbang.
So it's
through the
like-
door,
it's like a-
open bang and
It's
clear.
kind of like what I played, but it's like a.
first person shooter.
Oh, it's FPS.
Yep, it's an FPS where you
Like
go
real time.
get to the door. Yep,
Okay.
real
cool.
time. You're like get to the door.
So it's
throw
I was
the
gonna say so
flash
it's kind
in.
of like Frontline then. but
And
it's
then you're
not.
like arrest, and if you see any civilian, you go or you arrest them on the spot. Or see a dude with a gun, you have to say police, hey, get your hands up, or you get a penalty if you shoot them if they don't pull their gun on you.
Oh, another reason I stopped. That sounds awesome.
You have to handcuff even civilians.
Another reason I stopped the Girls Frontline is like there was so much story, which is cool if you want that. But I'd rather just watch an anime at that point. Than hear about. Because I was like, you get to a point where you're like, can you get me to the
This
next
is the
fight,
thing.
please? Like, please.
When a game is not based off that, it's like when a game is not when it's not an RPG and it's not like an FPS campaign, which is a short thing you can knock out in like 5 hours. And it's like a game that is based on the gameplay, then and you have story cutscenes like that are long, have a lot of dialogue, especially read dialogue. That stuff's the worst. Having to read dialogue.
They had.
Like-
I had to read it.
Like it's
Don't get me wrong. I was interested in it, but then you get to a point where you're like, whoa,
it's fine.
this is so much.
With Zelda, it's like, dude, that's awesome. With Pokemon, it's like, dude, I love this. I love this dialogue. Or Kingdom Hearts, sometimes they would have scenes where you had to read dialogue. I was like, dude, I like this. But when I'm playing a game that's based off of like a tactical turn-based thing, Like, I could see it for Advance Wars. The story I actually really liked in that game.
Dude, Advance Wars is such
But
that's a game I should have got. I need to get on the Switch.
I would love,
I love that game.
Yeah, I need to play Advanced Wars. I need to actually beat the one that I grew up with, whatever it's called, Days of Ruin. DS, it was the gritty Advanced Wars.
Dude, I played that game. I loved it.
It was the gritty one with like the dark art style. It was weird. It was like actual modern weapons and stuff. But anywho, we'll catch you later, folks.
Yeah,
God bless.
That's wrapping it up.
Yeah, we're wrapping
I'm
it up.
unhinged right now.
We're wrapping it up. We're already at like probably 2 hours now. This is gonna be fun to edit, but it's
Luckily, there's not really anything to edit.
I mean, dude, the amount of highlights you've provided.
Oh,
in
I
this
forgot
amount of
you gotta do
time,
that.
Yeah, that's.
We didn't even talk about the
Yeah.
anime that I was watching when you came in.
yeah, that would have been an entire highlight. But anyway, God bless
All right,
people.
God bless. See you next
Yep.
week.